Okay, in the last episode we were having some fun on the Red Mountain. We were also doing some Thieves Guild quests, and we were visiting the various council house manor or council manors in Aldrune. And so near the end we also, in the middle more, we also ended up equipping this wonderful glass gear, which we borrowed from one of the buoyant armigers who has met his end in the citadel of Dagoth Ur. We have not defeated yet. We actually did not try to fight him in the slightest, because I'm in no way prepared for that. We will have to face him, but not yet. Okay. Right now, my plan would be to actually increase my standing with the Telvanni and my rank in the house, because I certainly want my own mushroom tower. That's like the thing I do need. I want my own mushroom tower, so I can dump my stuff off in there, and I don't have to use like 5 different drop-off places all the time. What's the next quest for? Okay, Withershins. That's a pretty good book. So we're going to Margan. Then from Margan we'll go to Shishi, where we are supposed to save another of the Telvanni sorcerers, and try to, I don't know, just try to keep him alive, I guess.
What can I do for you, friend?
I don't know why Master Arian wants him to actually survive, why he cares, but I suppose he has a plan. Master Arian is one of the more younger and more active members of the House Telvanni. I would like to get to Margan, please. I think we actually go and buy this book for Aengoth the Jeweler.
Where would you like to go?
Okay. What was the name of the guy who has the book? Miles Gloriosus.
Is there something I can do for you?
Is that in here? Just...
Is there something I can do?
That looks like a shrine for a fallen warrior. This room is this place dedicated to memory of Ravila Nerian, killed while crusading to remove the blight from the Hirat Bazami egg mine. Okay. Doesn't sound like she was very successful then. Be, I don't know, something not too useful. There's a smith. What's that then? Doesn't look like a Miles Gloriosus. I would more expect something along the lines of an Imperial.
Is there something I can do for you?
Yes, you could move out of the way. This person there is most likely a sleeper, I think. No?
Can we hurry this up?
Okay, there's Tashbia Repel, who should be gone by now.
May I help you?
If you remember, we had to tell her to leave the place because Ranus Arthurus was kinda going after her. Or had me going after her. Okay, where is this place? Straight out, probably not the place. But we'll go in here anyway. thought this was a different,
Please have a look around.
different kind of armor. It looked different from the side. So I was like, what the hell are you wearing there? Looks interesting, but no, it was just bone mold stuff. Okay, and jump. I believe we can jump high because we are not as weighted down. Did I keep my... Ah, damn it. I did not keep my... Imperial... Imperial armor. I should have probably put that somewhere else, but I think I've left it in the Temple of Ghostgate. And I'm in no hurry to get it back from there. I think I'll just buy a new one at some point. It's not that cheap. It's a pretty shoddy armor, so there's no point in actually keeping it around. Okay, shrine, guard towers. Something tells me it's in the outpost.
Can we hurry this up?
Okay, let's see. In the Margan Trade House. So I guess under Trade House it is. I guess I just have to look for him. He probably has it somewhere in his room.
Interesting. Go on.
Okay, let's see. Not in here. Nor here. I mean, to be fair, most of those quests aren't actually hard. They're just, how about finding the place? Ooh.
What do you want?
That is one snazzy suit of armor. That's Imperial, I think it's the Imperial steel thing. And something here. I think in here would be the book Withershins. We can't talk to him about it, so I don't think he's going to sell it to us. Would you like turning around like this way? No? Fine. This is going to be a bit annoying because I don't know how to best get to that book. We're now kind of hiding in plain sight, which is kind of cool if you ask me. And we were spotted. But let's save the game here. Stream 160. I keep counting up even though I did wipe out a few save games. Okay. Let's use the Amulet of Surroundings. Amulet of Shadows. Yeah, that one. The reason why I'm not going for full invisibility is that I do not want to reappear as soon as I have picked that lock. Come on. It's empty. Glorious.
What was that?
It's absolutely nothing, good man. Okay, let's see if we're lucky here. We are. And there is the book Withershins. Which we'll take. And you know what that means. We found a new book. Which, by the way, is of course a skill book. So, Withershins, we're gonna read it. Alright, said Kazaga. Why don't you want to talk? Zaki put down his mug of mead and just stared at his wife for a few seconds. Finally, grudgingly, because everything I have a conversation, darling. It flows in alphabetical order, just like I told you. I think the only way to stop it is not to talk at all. Couldn't you just be imagining this? Said Kazaga patiently. It wouldn't be the first time you had an insane paranoid delusion. Remember when you thought the Royal Battle Mage of Black Marsh was hiding behind every tree of the rape kit, intent on making you a middle-aged, fat, balding tailor into his personal sex slave? You don't need to be ashamed, but it's Sheogorath's way to make us all a little crazy sometimes. If you go to the healer, damn it, Kazaga, snarled Zaki and stomped out, slamming the door behind him. He nearly collided with Siasat, his neighbor. Excuse me, he said to Zaki's back. He clamped his hands over his ears as he stormed down the street, turning the corner to his tailor shop. His first customer was waiting out front, smiling widely. Zaki tried to keep his temper under control and took out his keys, returning the customer's smile. Fine day, said the young man. Gods! Hollered Zaki, sending the young man flying with a well-placed punch and dashing away. As much as he hated to admit that Kazaga was right, it was evidently time, once again, for one of the healer's herbal cocktails. Tarsu's Temple to Health, mental and physical, was several streets north, an impressive obelisk. Halqua, the chief herbalist, met him before he came in the hall. How are you today, Sazaki Zaf? I need to make an appointment with Tarsu, said Zaki in his calmest voice. Just one moment, let me see how his schedule looks, Halka said, looking over his scroll. Is this an emergency? Kind of, said Zaki, and slapped his head. Why couldn't he say yes, or absolutely, or sure? Let's see, said Halka, frowning. The best I can do next is Midas. Would that work for you? Midas! Cried Zaki. I'll be a complete psychotic by Midas. Isn't there anything earlier? He knew that the answer could be... He knew what the answer could be before he said it. There was no alternative. In a way, he had forced a response. If only he had kept the conversation going until why. No, said Halka. I'm sorry. Do you want me to make the appointment? Zaki walked away, gritting his teeth. He wandered the streets, his head down to avoid all conversations, until he looked up and discovered that he had walked all the way to the dwarf. A sweet breeze was blowing along the water, and he took several deep breaths until he felt almost normal. When his temper cooled, he could think again. What if this alphabetical conversation wasn't an illusion at all? What if what he felt wasn't paranoia, but acute awareness? He knew it was the classic dilemma. Am I crazy, or is there really something weird going on? Across the road was a shop called Paradox, featuring a display of herbs, crystals, and vapors trapped in orbs. The sign in the window read, Mystical Consultation, sunrise to noon. It was worth a shot, though Zaki was dubious. The only people who generally came down the wharf for healing were stupid adventurers who didn't know any better. Incense burned in copious billows of pink and gold, obscuring and then revealing the clutter within. Gijig death masks lowered down from the halls. Smoking censers hung by chains from the ceiling, and the floor was a maze of bookshelves. At a well-worn table in the back, a small man wearing a headdress and was tabulating a young lady's purchases. Okay, said the man, your total comes to 57 gold pieces. I threw in the restorative scale conditioner for free. Just remember, the candle should be lit only after you invoke Gorovlox the Unholy, and Mandrake root is best in partial shade. The customer gave a quick, shy smile to Zaki and left the store. Please help me, said Zaki. Every conversation I hear or get involved in seems to be arranged alphabetically. I know that feeling, actually. I don't know if I'm going insane or if there are some kind of bizarre forces at work. To be honest with you, I'm normally a skeptic when it comes to your type of business, but I'm at the end of my rope. Can you do anything to make this madness end? Quite a common problem, actually, said the man, patting Zaki on the arm. When you get to the end of the alphabet, do conversations then go to reverse alphabetical order, or start at the beginning of the alphabet? Reverse alphabetical order, said Zaki, then corrected himself. Damn it! I mean, it starts from the beginning all over again. I'm in agony. Can you call in the spirits and tell me, am I insane? Zariki, said the man with a reassuring smile. I don't have to. You're quite sane. Thank you, said Zaki, frowning. By the way, my name is Zaki, not Zariki. Unusually close, eh? Said the man, patting Zaki on the back. My name's Octoplasm. Follow me, please. I think I have just what you need. Octoplasm led Zaki down the narrow corridor behind the desk. The two men pushed past dusty cabinets filled with strange creatures and liquids, past heaps of Neolithic stones, past stack after stack of mouldering leather-bound books, into the dank heart of the store. There he picked up a small, squat, cylindrical drum and a book and handed them to Zaki. Vampirism, Daedric Possession, and Withership Therapy, said Zaki, squinting his eyes to read the book in the gloom. What in oblivion does this have to do with me? I'm not a vampire. Look at this tan. And what's Withership Therapy, and how much will it cost me? Withershins, from the old Cyrillic wither signs, which means backwards, said the octoplasm in a serious tone, is the art of reversing direction of things in order to gain access to the spirit world, and break curses, cure vampirism, and trigger all manners of apotropaic healing. You know the story about the guy who was told that slaughterfish live in hot water, so he said, well, let's boil them in cold water? Xenophus, said Zaki instinctively, his brother having taken a rather esoteric upper-level course in Cyrillic philosophy as an elective in at Imperial College 31 years before, and immediately wishing he hadn't. And what do you do with this cylindrical thingy? Octoplasm lit a candle and held the object over it, so Zaki could see more clearly. All along the cylinder were narrow slits, and when Zaki appeared within them, he saw a succession of old black and white drawings of a naked man leaping over boxes, one frame after the next. You spin it like so, said Octoplasm, slowly whirling the device clockwise so the man within leapt over the box over and over again. It's called the Zoetrope. Pretty neat, eh? Now you take it and start spinning it counterclockwise, and while you're doing it, read this incantation I've marked in the book. Zaki took the Zoetrope and began spinning it counterclockwise over the candle, so the little naked man within seemed to bound backwards over the boxes. It took a little coordination and concentration to keep whirling at a steady pace, but gradually the man's awkward and jerky backgrounds became more and more fluid, until Zaki could no longer see the individual frames flipping. It looked just a little humanoid hamster on an endless reverse treadmill. While he continued to spin the Zoetrope with one hand, Zaki took the book in the other and read the underlined passage. Zoetrope, counterspin, counterspin, counterspin. Pull my life from the rot that it's in. I invoke the goddesses Boethia, Kinnereth, and Dresis to invert my potential metaphysical crisis. It will be Dresis, right? My old life may have been rather pointless and plain, but it is like the prospect of going insane. Make the pattern reverse by his withers in Zoetrope, counterspin, counterspin, counterspin. As he chanted the spell, Zaki noticed that the little naked man with the Zoetrope began to look more like himself. The mustache vanished, and the hairline receded. The man's waistline expanded, and the buttocks sagged from the shape to the shape and texture of half-inflated balloons. The scales approximating his own Argonian pattern appeared. The man began to trip as he bounded backwards over the boxes, taking bigger breaths and sweating. By the time Zaki reached the end of the incantation, his twin was clutching his chest and tumbling end over the boxes in a free fall. Octoplasm took the Zoetrope and the book from Zaki's hands. Nothing seemed to have changed. No thunder rumbled, no winged serpent's head sprung out of Zaki's head, no fiery explosion. But Zaki felt that something was different. Good different. Normal. At the counter, when Zaki pulled out a satchel of gold pieces, Octoplasm merely shook his head. Our treatment radicals such of effects term long the what cure we can't we, naturally. Charge no. Feeling the first real relief he had felt in days, Zaki walked backwards out of the shop and down the road to his shop. Okay. That was weird. But that is Withershins. A book about curing weird things by going backwards. Glad we sorted that out. We also still have this bolt of cloth, which I totally don't need. Okay, next up we want to go to Shishi, which is supposed to go... Master Arian. The Councilman. Arian here. Okay, in the Foyada Banidad northwest of Margan. Okay, it's in a Velothi tower in the middle of the Foyada Banidad northwest of Margan. Leave Margan, go east past the Silstrata, then follow the Foyada north and west. Okay, so we need to go... Where's the Silstrata? There it is. We want to go east past that, so I suppose also past the...
Go ahead, Outlander.
Oh, there's a cliff racer. There's a cliff racer. I hate those. Oh, I also have a Daedric dagger I need to sell. Would you mind going away there? Thank you. So, east past the Silstrata. Which is just moving his leg. I've never seen those guys move. It's kind of cool. I like that. I should have totally bought more arrows. I should have totally bought more arrows. One moment. Just gonna reply to a message here. Okay. Yeah, I probably really should have bought more arrows. Okay. How many do I have left? 26, counting those 2 Daedric arrows. And I'm seeing a whole lot of Silt Striders there, of Cliff Racers there. Okay. Screw it. Time to shoot. It's one. It's the second one. There goes the third one. Okay, we'll do that one first. Or not, we missed it. Fine. I missed it! Damn it! Okay, this would be the Foyada Bunny Dart, would it? Not yet, but this is the way into that Foyada. We're making it rain here. Lots of racer views. Any non-diseased ones here? Yes. And there's another one. It sounds like there's a storm coming. And of course another cliff racer. Which luckily wasn't too sturdy. You don't sneak for one moment and you got a cliff racer inbound. I'm gonna say I remember the arrow drop-off to be a bit bigger. In fact, quite substantially bigger than what we're seeing here. That's what kind of threw me off here at the beginning. Like, this is completely sufficient even on that range. Remember myself that I had to aim a lot higher for this to be to have a reasonable chance of hitting. I might be wrong here. There. Archery is so satisfying. Oh, rat. Of course I missed the close range one. I said I'd go and soul trap those, so let's actually soul trap them. Okay, there we go. We have trapped the soul. There's something over there. Looks like two people. Not sure if I should talk to them or not. I don't want to have to escort them anywhere, that's a problem. So, maybe we'll have to do it, maybe not. What are you? Okay, those were rogue Ashlanders, I suppose. I don't know why those are so aggressive. It's not like I was going to steal their campfire and their box. 35 coins in it. I am not going to steal that. I mean, look at the stuff we're carrying around with us. We have like at least 3 artifact rings, which you could easily turn into gold in the artifact museum, and a bunch of other things that we could also easily turn into a veritable fortune. So yeah, not a problem there. I also still believe they can't trap humanoid souls, so there's no point in using soul trap on those guys. All data are open game though. This over there should be Shishi. There's a Quamas forager. I keep wanting to say scat, but they are foragers in this version. That cliff was quite far away. I didn't expect it to fall here. Is that dead? It is. Huh. I might have been here before. I don't think I entered Shishi because I tend to not do that. There's no soul trappable rat. Let's get it. I have plenty of those minor soul gems, so I plan to use some of them. Interesting, the disease threat goes into a bigger soul gem than the regular rector. I suppose means that the diseased one has more health or poses a bigger threat. I didn't think the difference was big enough to actually make a difference in soul gems. We'll make a note of that though. A mental one, not an actual note. There's a Morrowind behind that. I don't know which one that is. Certainly not this one. This is the Oshilaku camp. The thing with Dream Ruins is that there can be all sorts of things in there. You can have vampires in there, you can just have bandits in there, you can have nothing in there, and remaining Vema stuff. Oi! There's a trap now. Apparently Guan don't have souls. Interesting. How much this is Shishi? Also, can I actually use my Firestorm? I still suck at casting that spell actually, but it was worth trying. Yeah, it's not exactly great damage. All stuff just has too much health for this to be worth it now. because if memory serves, things level up. Actually, that's kind of okay. Yeah, I'm liking that. I can get behind that. So is that Shishi? It is. Nice. So we want to save the game here. Are all those guys Telvanni, or is this... this probably was a Telvanni. He was running a robe. Okay, maximum damage has been achieved. They came in with pretty okay-ish weapons. I'm glad we didn't take too much damage there. Okay, there's a Shishi report here. Let's read that. As instructed, a party of 5 entered the Velothi Tower of Shishi. 5 Telvanni sorcerers fell and the tower is now ours, but we have suffered heavy losses. We will hold Shishi as long as... okay. Faux burner. Do I need that? Was that one of the artifacts? No, it was not the faux burner. I think that's just the name for a for any Dwemer Claymore thing. It's not like a special one. I think any of them counts as that. Okay, that's Telvanni? I suppose that all those were Telvanni. Okay. Let's see. We're looking for a skull here. Over there it is. But while we're here, might as well look if there are any significant items there. Okay, you can also have those recipes here. I'm not going to read through those. Okay. What did that achieve? I think it was something aside from here. Or down here, rather. Did it? Yes, it revealed a trapdoor. Nice. Let's make sure this place is empty. We don't want any nasty surprises, do we? Okay, nobody in here. There's absolutely nobody there. Okay. I think we've seen 5 bodies now. That should account for all the Telvanni losses here. Shame, I'm quite sure some of them were good people. But of course, it's the way of the world. Some people win, some people lose. Just hope we're always on the right side there. I think we can run now. I don't see those heavy losses here. I mean, we know that we only fought 3 here. Where's the rest? Your book is kind of phasing into the table.
May you find me worthy of your attention.
Okay, how about Shishi? Okay. Ooh, those are some great books. I don't know about the Lunar Lorcan. We'll read it. Okay, this is This is one of those rather boring books, which I'm not going to read. And then we have the other one. Hypothetical Treachery. Which gives you destruction skill, and this is a play, so I'm also not going to read it. Do I have enough mana for... I think I'm missing 1 mana for recall. Still have those cheap restore magic. No. Okay, fine. We'll go with those potions first, because I believe they might restore slightly less than we... slightly less than the potions we made. And ours last longer, but I don't want to actually fill up on magicka right now.
A warm welcome to you.
Yes, I have won the fight. Okay. Oh, nice! Another staff of war. Yeah, we still need to meet those requirements. I think we should be close to the mysticism requirement. Also, the slow staff of war is where is it? There. That's actually quite a nice amount of damage there. I'm not going to use those anytime soon though, because it's, well, they're sticks, okay? They're silver sticks in the end, and I have no intention of using those.
Greetings to you.
Also out of tasks from here, so we can now ask the other... We could always ask those, but we can now ask the other Telvanni masters to give us something to do. And I guess we'll start in Tel Branora. Are we? I don't know where the Ashland thing is. Could also try to do this quest for Sheogorath. Or Sheogorath, rather. I think the island here is called Sheogorath, and the Daedric Prince is called Sheogorath, which always confused me. Okay, hammering successful. Now we'll probably leave this this marking here, because I believe only Master Iron can actually advance us in the house. Anyone else is not technically allowed to do that. They can only give us quests, and they can appreciate that we do them, but they cannot actually advance us, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, we'll leave this mark there. Okay. We also almost have temple quests. There's only one more temple quest we can do. And then we're also done with those. However, we still can't advance in the temple.
Yes, Outlander, what do you want?
Go through there. I don't know why people keep standing in the doorways and hallways. Like, all the time. I think Tel Mora is right over there. Ow. Note to self, don't do that. Okay. Do I want to jump down there? Yeah, I do. Do I feel like walking there? No. I don't feel like walking that little bit of a distance. Yeah, 1 GP. Hello, Vigust.
Yes, Outlander, what do you want?
Let's heal. I have too many spells and magic items. Especially once you start accumulating those scrolls, you do get into a lot of trouble. Because you have to scroll for ages to get through all of them. And then even longer to get the right one, or the spell you just want to use right now. Go away there.
Greetings and salutations.
Okay, I think we want to look for the tower entrance here. have some levitation potions prepared. We might also use the Boots of the Apostle, because that's... well, those are free. That's the recharging. But we also found the Steel Blade of the Sky. Was it that one? Steel Blade of Heaven, which is a very, very nice artifact. It's not an artifact, but one of the most useful things you can have as a Telvanni. Because it gives you loads of levitation. Not too much, only it has like 5 shots as well, but it's better than nothing. I think in the lower tower we find this person that Mori or Mine was it Mori or Mine?
What brings you here?
Okay, we'll leave those books there. Not supposed to steal those. Could you let me through? God damn it. Okay. Who are you?
Greetings and salutations.
I don't think we actually get much of a task out of Mistress Dratha because she hates men. Great.
How wonderful. Welcome,
Do you have any
Outlander.
chores for me? Okay, you need... Oh, we actually do get a job out of, from her. Okay. We can probably do that. For now, I want to go to the lower part of that, though. Let's levitate down there. Okay, where is the lower tower? This here is the lower tower. We want to go there.
I like what I see.
All the women hitting on us here. I think it's even further down there. Or up here. Ah, no. We were too slow. That was just dumb.
I like what I see.
Let's see. I'm going to use the journal here. We want to look at the note from Nelos. Okay. Oh, in Telarune. I'm completely wasting my time here. It was Telarune, not Telmora. There is Letter. We have cured her for the temple. She could be joining the other villagers, but she doesn't seem to want that. Bad move. Love this growth here. These mushrooms are so chaotic. I love it. It's great. Okay. Let's actually just move on to no, probably. Let's find a new quest. Okay. Could get this. Yeah, I think we'll return the book to Aang the Jeweler. Don't worry, the Thieves Guild is. Oh, hello, Earn Respect. Okay, Aldrin, that's perfect. We wanted to end up right here. The Thieves Guild still has plenty of quests for us to do. We are far from done with those. Now, you cannot actually become the Master Thief unless you finish the quests from the Guild Master himself. And we haven't even met him. We haven't even met this guy, and he's kind of amazing.
Yes,
Now let's
Outlander.
get back to here.
Yes, Outlander. What do you want?
I have the copy indeed. Here it is. 1,000 drakes for that book. That's amazing. Couldn't have gotten that much anywhere else. Okay, yeah, we need to practice our skills. Do you have any more jobs for me? Okay, you need scrap metal. Fine. How much? It's kind of weird that it didn't give me this quest the first time. Okay. 4 pieces of it. That's 40 weight units, man. 40!
Go ahead, Outlander. What
I
do you
think.
need?
Might be wrong. I should totally get a shopping list before I get into any Dreamer ruins. Okay. Any Dreamer ruin will do. We're supposed to go to, what's the name? Livestream. So I think a trip to Morrowind might be in order. Do I have the... I actually have to rest. Totally forgot. I actually should rest. Because we are leveling up. So, in we go.
Share your thoughts, friend. I enjoy the company.
I think we've been in here. So I'll have this bed for a moment. I'll rest for 1 hour in it. Okay, we want to use this bonus here to get some luck. And I think I'll work on... Oh, thank you, Respect. I appreciate that. I think we'll go with the strength because we have to carry way more stuff than we can currently handle. Almost forgot about that.
How about sharing the wealth?
Why are you asking me to share the wealth? Also, I didn't manage to look up for who actually sells you, or if there is a person who sells you an Absorb Magicka spell. So I'll have to keep searching for that. And if we're feeling really, really generous, we'd also... I can't do that. You can't take me to Morrowind. I'm shocked. Okay, change of plans. We'll get there another way.
What can
I don't see how those two things are related, but I'm very sorry to hear that.
the wealth? I've lots to show you.
Welcome. If you wish to talk, it is really no trouble at all.
Let's go to such with Mora. Have a drink.
How delightful. Welcome.
Actually didn't want to be here anyway. I want to CV away. You seem to be going through a pretty rough time, in Respect. So, yeah. Sorry to hear that. I know the feeling. Okay, this is Morrowind.
Welcome, citizen. How may I be of assistance?
Okay, now we want to go to Mount Kand, and then we got to move on from there. Lovely. Don't fall down there. I'm glad we can handle that now. Why do I keep forgetting to buy arrows? So much stuff. I have so much stuff. Okay, let's grab those trauma roots. Those trauma roots. They actually belong to the Scathe crop plant. Might just be different parts of the same plant, really. Just a thought to entertain there. I think the Ring of the Khajiit is pretty much ready now. So off we go. Darting towards Mount Kand. And beyond to Livestream. way. I think Mount Kand might actually be on that thing here. No, it's not. No, but Mount Asana Bibi is apparently noteworthy. I don't know why. Not sure what is there to begin with. Apparently it is noteworthy enough that a signpost is pointing us there. Does anyone know what's there? Or does anyone know where to find a Absorb Magicka spell? It's another thing that I love about Morrowind. You have all those various random effects, or not random, but those vast amounts of magic effects you can throw onto your enemies, and it's weird. And you can even lock doors again if you really want to for some reason. Although this is more a spell that I end up using if I want to practice my security. You just unlock things with a lockpick, you lock them again with a spell, you unlock them again, and you can do this all day as long as you have mana. Okay, there's Mount Kand. We don't want to go in there this time. Yep. If you do this near a bed, if you find a chest near a bed, you can actually just drain your alteration and security. Just cycle through locking and unlocking this chest. You might even you can also go with only alteration if you like use Unduce's open door and this data. Frost salts for me. How did I miss that? Alright, no stamina. Oops, not enough charge. That's not good. Okay, there is a script. Kinda want some script jelly as well. We're running low on that, and it's a very useful ingredient for curing blight. Guar. Partially in the wall there. That script has to die. I'm afraid it has to die. Come on. Click that. Okay, we are close. Ah, where did that come from? Going though down. Nope, it's coming right after us. That's what happens when you get too cocky and decide you can handle this shot without aiming, preferably. I think this path looks climbable. It's a bit dodgy sometimes. And we might need a little bit of levitation for the last bit, but no. Nope, we're fine. There's Nichilev Tinged. There's a Betty Natch. Ooh, I was afraid we'd die here. I was afraid we'd totally die here. We can always take falling damage and die to that. We haven't seen this, but near Sidonin there's actually a if you look around there for a while, you can find a guy falling from the sky, and he will die of the falling damage there. And in his injury, you can actually find the Scroll of Icarus Flight, which is aptly named because it gives you like 1,000 points of acrobatics, so you can jump ridiculously high, but it only lasts very, very short. So basically this high jump will, or the acrobatics bonus will wear off before you land, unless you jump onto a very high mountain. And yeah, if you use that without any other precautions, you will totally die there. If you however don't do that, if you go and have a second thing. Like if you have, okay, you should probably.
A visitor. What may I do for you?
Okay. Okay. Your native guide is missing.
Well,
Fine, we'll go to lower levels. Okay, a test of the pattern. I don't think you would save him. Unless, of course, you maybe have... I guess you could make a slow fall spell that would work on target, but it's... usually when I find this guy, I didn't do it in this live stream, but usually I find him, it's very early in the game, so I'm like just out of the census office, meaning you don't have, you're not likely to have the, first of all, the foresight that there might be someone falling from the sky, and secondly, you also usually don't have the, power to pull this off. I mean, you pretty much only have one shot at that, and it comes kind of sudden. So I guess if you really knew where he was and you knew where he would be dropping down, and I guess yes, you could save him, but in most other cases, I don't think it's feasible to do that. Possible, yes. Feasible, probably not. Also, I'm quite sure he's supposed to die, so he's probably not even giving you any reasonable amount of. There's one crank here. There are several. Don't know what those are supposed to do. Oh yeah, so I think you can can't do much for him. Even if you do, he's probably just having the. Okay, apparently that was the wrong crank. How about this one? No, but at least we're making our mana back. So let's try this one then. Nope, that one hurt. Let's drink one of the antidotes we made. I should probably call those all antidotes. Not cure poison, because cure poison gets kinda lost in here. Do I need to restore everything here now? Do I need to hit this crank again? Okay, that seems to be stuck. I guess we'll use this one then. No. Are there more of those cracks? Cure poison. I don't want to waste my restore willpower on that. That's great. Let's actually go with this. Let's just heal that damage. Okay, so somewhere down there. Has this always been open? No alerts. I guess we'll try the test of pattern later. To actually figure out. Okay, there's definitely some dwarven machinery up here. Down here, rather. I can hear it. There are some dwarven spiders. And there's something bigger. I heard something bigger as well. We want 4 pieces of metal. That's 1. I probably have a much better chance of sneaking up on things if I were not sneaking up on the front of them, but actually like going around the back. But as long as it works, it's fine, I guess. I believe the biggest thing you can actually meet here are those Centurion Spheres. I don't think you can meet. Oh, you can find any Steam Centurions in here. Those are probably new for Skyrim, but I might be wrong there. Actually, nope, you can find them. There's one. Okay, here we have Arnes Vendu with Senila's report. Okay, I've done up little in the last few days. I find nothing new in the ruins. Everything seems as clean as undisturbed as the day before. Okay. Sort of password. Okay, to the left is near Dagonfell. Confused not to be careful not to confuse it with Nchardak, which is nearby. Great. Okay, so apparently those Centurion Spires only... That's interesting. Oh, this is the book we wanted. This book here now should actually allow us to get the mystery of the Dreamer disappearance sorted out. Where's the Centurion? I actually went to the back this time. It didn't quite work as planned, but it did work in the end. Okay, there is another frost salt and more metal pieces. I'll ignore the glass here. Take that metal. Okay, how much metal do I have now? 3 pieces. So we need this one here as well. Then we'll have to do something about this stuff. So my first instinct would be to alchemy again. I will do some of those data hearts, which are heavy, and some of the frost salts we have. Those that give you... Okay, fading potions are actually okay this time. We don't need that much. Let's go with the white salt. I think the mouse is on the way out. It's not reacting as quick as I would like it to. Get the potion. Are we light enough now? Probably not. No, we're still way overburdened. Well. So yeah, the Hanging Gardens are basically the book that allows people to translate from the Altmeri to the to Dwemer, so it's basically a key to Dwemer language. Looks like the Rosetta Stone, if you know that one. Invisibility potions, what a terrible word. Say that 3 times quick in a row. Okay. Fortify agility with this guy and something else we found. Fortify agility, we just had it. I think it was down here somewhere. And this stuff, for example. I was not sure I can harvest that. I will sell those. Endurance. Let's get those razor plumes and let's make those levitation potions again. Shell fortify health and nothing else right now. Okay, fire salts, fortify agility. Fire petals don't. So what's the difference between grave dust and vampire dust? I think grave dust is somewhere else. I think grave dust has to come from a grave, but we can't harvest that. Okay. Fortify strength. We should have something else that fortifies strength. We have no droid wax. Ash salt. Let's make some cure black disease potions. Always worth valuable. Not seen any other ingredient with resist magicka, so we'll ignore that for now. But we have some script jelly in dire need of use. It's actually a multi-cure. Look at that. Can also cure poison. I think the blight disease is the more dire thing to keep preparing for. Use the... let's actually use that stuff. Do I have any feather effects? I don't think I have anything I know of right now that gives me a feather effect. I do. But heather makes feather. Go. Better alchemy skills, so potions will be even better now. And the remaining things here I'm going to use for restore... fatigue. If I find something that has this effect, I might not. Okay, fine. I do have a feather potion now, so let's use that. I should totally find a place to sell all this stuff I keep holding on to. Like those glass daggers. Totally need to be sold. Just don't know where. Okay, magic. We want to... I think I want to go with the feather potion for now. Let's use this one first. Maybe some more raw ebon ore. And a diamond. I'll take the diamond. Stand here so we can access both of those chests. And now miscellaneous items. Let's pick that up first. Nicely. Now this one. Okay, what was in here that was worth it? Ancient Dwemer door key. Not sure why we would want that. Another door key, two more curas, and some hammers. I guess I could now use. Okay, that was. Oh, hello there, Hector. Where would I go now? I think I've been everywhere here. This might have been the place already, yeah. I think we have solved the test of pattern. Might have. Anything else here? But most of those doors seem to be opening somehow. Most of those seem to be actual doors. There might be something hidden here. Nice work there, Hector. Glad to... Potion wore off. Glad to hear that. Keep going and you might be... You might get an A next time. Also, one moment. It's also kind of nice to hear that your teacher is kind of quick about correcting things. I know of quite a few people who aren't that quick and who would really keep people waiting. I know at the university we've been having like several weeks, sometimes, or several months, until we would grade those exams, and it's pretty annoying because you kind of need those results. And by kind of, I mean you absolutely need those results. You have to get those, because those are kind of crucial. You need to sign up for repetition exams and all that stuff, and for retakes, I think they're called. And it's kind of annoying if you just don't get that those results, if they just don't tell you what you got. Feather potions. Oh, it looks like my feather potions are now better than the exclusive ones. I like that. Okay, do I need to report on the death of Arnis Vendu? Yes, I found the excavation report. Okay. What's over here? Nothing too impressive. Oh wow, this might actually be one of the... Huh. A new place count. This might be one of those Dwemer Elder Scrolls reading things. Oh wow, 3 months are a lot of time. I believe you can actually, I mean nobody really did this because it's something that will not get you in good grace with any teacher, but you can actually at least I think I've read this in the exam rules here. If the teacher, the professors take more than, I think it was 2 months, or even just 6 weeks, if the exam is not graded within 6 weeks, you can actually say, yeah, you know what, this exam is invalid. But I don't think anyone would really do this because I guess the professor will not give you a very nice exam after that. Why is this guy not wearing shoes? Or is he? Oh no, he might just be wearing very weird shoes. I've seen my share of very weird exam results and exam shenanigans. Like one time we actually had
How may I help you, Governor?
I think it's kind of natural to be scared of professors and teachers because they do sit on the longer lever in most cases. They do have quite an amount of power over your results, and in many cases, I mean, most of the like midterm stuff. Come on, really? I'm over coming 2 feet away from the guy. Ah, don't want to waste my feather potion. Let's use that one. 10 weight units. Yeah, here it is. Take it. That's nice. Okay, in the Leathery Manor, I could have gotten those earlier as well.
Is there something you need?
Also, there were teachers I was scared of as well. Back in school, we had an English teacher who was kind of scary.
Can we hurry this up?
And I was never one to be really afraid of English teachers. But this one was, or yeah, especially English teachers, but this one was a bit special. She was very, very easy to anger. And I think you could call her volatile. And I remember in 7th grade, I was quite young then, we had written a test and it went horrible. And not for me, I was actually quite good in English, so my test was graded pretty good as well. But most of the other, actually the entire rest of the class didn't. And when it was time to return those tests to us and then tell us the results, she was taking the entire lesson to belittle, or to go around and ask pupils, okay, how did you prepare for this test? And they were like, yeah, I've done this and I've done that, and she would tear them apart for that. Like, yeah, why didn't you do more? Why wouldn't you learn this? Why wouldn't you prepare for this question? Why wouldn't you have, or why haven't you done this? And all the time I was scared because I had actually done bugger all for this test and I aced it. And I was afraid that if she would ask me, if I said, yeah, I didn't do jack shit, I was quite sure she would tear me to shreds, quite literally, in the classroom, right in front of the other people. She would rip me apart. And I was sure if I lied and said, yeah, I've studied weeks for this, she would also notice and tear me apart. So the entire lesson I was on the edge of my seat because I was okay, if she asks you how you did, and she announced the results before, so I knew I was good in this, and it made sense to me that she would ask me as kind of an example, how did you prepare for that? Because you apparently did the right thing. And yeah, I was horrified.
Enjoy the company.
Okay, we have the excavation report. There it is. Any new duties? Some blueprints. Okay. You left things to the Emperor. Dragonfield, Sea of Ghosts. Probably not the plans she was looking for, but we'll take it. I knew it was good to keep to hold on to those plans. And yeah, I don't misunderstand you there. I think it's important to get along with many teachers nicely, which is different from sucking up to them. I think there's quite a big difference between those two things. Okay, apparently Beta Mess. Don't think we've been there yet. I think that's actually only open now.
How about sharing the wealth? How may I?
But let's now go to Kinesis. I think you could also do this with Edwina here. Oh no, I didn't either, but turns out teachers do like you a bit more when you actually show an interest in their subject. Like a genuine interest. Nobody expects to do this with things like math, which is just the worst. Although it's not that bad. Math can actually be quite satisfying once you get the hang of it and once you can actually solve problems on it, and once you can use it. Like once you see that this has an actual use for whatever you're going to do at some point. Math is very, very much satisfying.
Why walk when you can run?
Oh yeah, of course it's not. Okay, let's go to Kupokinz egg mine first. And if we are lucky, I think the corpse of this orc has despawned, so we'll not be able to loot his chest plate. Yeah, front row is actually quite a good place in class. I know many people see it as more of a detention place, but I actually liked it there as well. Okay, so this egg mine broke into beta mess. I think we have to go this way to get there. I'm still not entirely sure how this entire egg mine business is supposed to run. Okay, like, Like, why are we mining out things here? What are we mining for? Okay. Lower levels of the egg mine and find the beta mess. Not here. Yeah, we can't loot him anymore. I think we killed that Quama Queen. We're not gonna have any chance with a lockpick there, or with a probe. Not against a very angry Quama warrior. Or two of them. I do want to soul trap them though. Hooray, we trapped the soul, and there's another one coming in. Another soul trapped. As long as we stick to these smaller souls, we can actually do quite nicely there. Okay, one of those is the path to better mess. There might be something else in here we want to loot. I think there might be another book in here. I'm not sure though. Where's my... There's my healing spell. This is actually one of the kind of bigger shortcomings of the magic system in Morrowind here. You have a lot of stuff, you have a lot of effects, and you're kind of encouraged to have them all, or some of them for the enchantments. Like, there are spells I'm never going to use ever, but I like having them as an enchantment, just to throw them on a weapon or a piece of equipment, and those all clutter your stuff. They clutter your menus. I'm supposed to find plans in here. There are no plans in here. We found those plans already. Yeah, quite sure we found those plans already. What plans is she looking for exactly? Yeah, there were some here. And I think I've looted those in one of the first live streams when we entered Kinesis. So we might just have given her those, and I'm not sure how to best sort this out. If worst comes to worst, I actually have to do a little construction kit magic, although I'd rather not have to do that. I think you can actually just use the console for that. If you really have to, which we kind of don't. Okay. You can actually look for Morrowind very cheaply on GOG if you want. But yeah, new character in Skyrim is also always fun, but yeah, it's... You know my opinion on Skyrim. Great game, but very flawed in many occasions. That you'll only see once you start Morrowind or once you play Morrowind again. And this is the kind of game I can actually just binge. Is there such a thing as binge playing something? I mean, I've been streaming Morrowind quite a lot, partially because I have absolutely nothing else to do right now. If you want to get Morrowind, just go for who are you? Oh, you're the guy with the pants. Okay, would 100 gold convince you to hand over those pants now? Oh, wonderful. It was a stupid joke. The poor sod has been out here for weeks. Yeah, the gameplay is a bit strange. It's very reading heavy. That's something I admit freely. It's very reading heavy, and you have to read all those conversations. But then again, this actually added a lot of depth to it because you don't have to voice over everything. Yeah, that's kind of one of my reasons why I've played this now, because so you get to experience the story without having to suffer through the gameplay, although it's not that bad. Now, if we go and talk to him about the divine metaphysics, yes, I can now translate these books. This first one is Bethuant Mzan's refutation of a popular theory from Nerevar's time. A few dreamer believed that using the power of Lorkhan's heart was an unjustifiable risk. The Egg of Time contains Bethuant's arguments against this idea, many of which are quite compelling. The next book, Divine Metaphysics, is an exploration of how the Dwemer tried to make a new god, a new medium, using Kagranak's tools and the sacred tones of Lorkhan's heart. So if we now talk about the Egg of Time. Divine Metaphysics. Okay, so this is an explanation on how the Dwemer tried to make a new god, a new medium, using Kagranak's tools and secretones on Lorkhan's heart. It has several interesting theories about how to bend the Eil Nefai, or Earth Bones, which I believe are the Elder Scrolls, but I'm not entirely sure if I understand it myself. Perhaps another century-old study would have a better answer for you. But if you're asking about the disciplines of the dwarves now... No, not yet. The Hanging Gardens. Dwemer language. I think I'm missing one more book. There must be one more book. Okay. The Ring of Dark Mitzvah. Okay, I think there's actually enough. So, basically, what happened here is that this is what I also puzzled together in my Morrowind saves. The dwarves disappeared because they tried to make a new god, and basically the master of their crowd, like Kagranak was his name, he tried to use some divine, or some tools to use divine power against the Dunmer, who were having a war there, against the dwarves, and that, in a blink, made all the Dwemer disappear. It's kind of complex, and I've tried to break it down very, very simply, but this is, as far as I know, what happened. And there are things that support this theory. And I actually like this writing, and those events at Red Mountain that led to this disappearance of the dwarves were just... they're basically one of the core focus of the entire main storyline of Morrowind. You piece together what you know. According to Tribunal, Dagoth Ur betrayed them there, and basically stole Kagranak's artifact, which, by the way, one of them we found in the last livestream, which I should probably title Adventures at the Red Mountain also, which is the Amulet of Heart Thrum. At least I believe this is one of the artifacts. Anyway, what I really want to do now is go back to the Mages Guild. We'll travel to... yeah, Aldrin will do. I should have probably gone to Cool first, because there are some quests we need to do there. Okay, but Do you remember when Trebonius was just waving us off with a task? It was to, yeah, go figure out what happened to the dwarves.
What can
I think we figured out what happened to the dwarves now, so we'll go and rub it in his face.
How about sharing the wealth? I've lots to show you.
Okay, we'll travel to Vivek. I figured something out. Haha.
I'd be happy to talk. My pleasure, really.
Trebonius. Oh, let me see these books, magician. Oh, yes, of course. This Egg of Time is quite obvious in its descriptions of things that happened. Yes, of course. It is all quite clear to me. I would prefer that you read a report on that. Simplified your findings, but I trust that you have indeed solved the mystery. I actually love this. Glorious. So I could now totally get into scholarship and actually write a book on the dwarves, if I so desired. I'm not going to. But that would be something, right? Would be the savior of Morrowind and also quite the scholar. I show that it's scholar in my class description. It didn't quite fit there. I could have probably gone with fighter, scholar, lover or something. Oh well. It was just a silly idea of me anyway. Okay. Dark Mid-South. Do I want to go to Margan? Actually don't, but we'll probably not have any other options. Though I believe we can actually get rid of those books now if we want to. I wonder if we can actually give them to Edwina Abbott. Maybe she's happy with those as well. Edwina! I have. Ah, there we go. Now they. Okay. Yeah, she's not exactly the best in this regard. She's not quite the academic in that regard. She's more of the practical sort. Ooh, I think Anasi actually, no, not Anasi, Ajira has new tasks for us. She said we should return to her when we're a Jura, which we are now. So, Aranil, take me to Balmora, please. You. I would like to have some more duties from you. Oh, and we're a warlock.
Well,
That's fine.
I find myself in pleasant company. Please share your thoughts.
Oh, I still have Hentus. I should probably get back to Aldrin. I just noticed I still have Hentus's pants. We should probably give them to him now. I don't intend to carry them through the entirety of Tamriel. Oh, also, last time, I'm not sure if you noticed it, but I did one thing I wanted to do, and since I was there already,
Lots to show you.
we have actually dropped Fargoth's ring into the Red Mountain. We have completely wiped it out. It is gone, I hope. I'm not gonna dive into the magma and find it there.
Wishes to you.
Yeah, I've dropped it there. In the hopes that it will be gone for good. Take that, Fargoth. Get. Okay, now we wanted to go to Gnesis.
Tidings and good wishes to you.
Acrobatics bonus. Okay, let's return to Gnesis. Totally forgot about those pants. It cost me 300 gold. I hope they're worth it. I could just give them some pants from me.
We make a special trip just for you. Say no.
That's fine. I just want to go down there. I have your pants here. That was so worth it. Ah. Okay, take me to Cool, please. So we've been here as well. Now from Cool we could go to Solstheim, but as I said last time, I'm gonna keep Solstheim as kind of the final bit of this. We're gonna play the expansions in order of appearance, and I think Blood Moon was the last one. Quite sure Blood Moon was the last one, so we are going with that. Also, we could actually go back to this and then see when Hentus gave us the quest of retrieving his pants, so we can figure out how long he has been standing in that river. I think it's been quite a while. Okay, quests. We want Dark Metal, that's nothing right now. Okay, drop someone. That's, don't think any of that is right here. Donation from... Okay. Right, I think I'll have to actually... an egg mine is basically a place where Kwama lives, so I'm not sure why they mine it. But apparently, I would suppose they give the Kwama... the Kwama lay eggs there, and then basically they mine it, and then have Kwama move in, and then they have eggs, which basically feed the... feed the Dharma. Okay, we have this one. That's on the other end of the place, of Vardenfell. And what about this one? Jagenar Mock. Have we been to Abernanit? Not sure. Not sure we have been there. Okay. No, actually not. Fine. Just go south and figure out the witch in the egg mine. We'll go there now. I really like this long-spanning quest of figuring out what the hell happened to the dwarves, and this... Actually, not all of them disappeared. We're going to meet the last living dwarf. Well, not very soon, probably. But at some point, we're going to meet it. This here should be the Ashar Ahe egg mine. Is it? Yes. So this is an egg mine. There's supposedly a witch in here. So basically, yeah. Okay, apparently the witch is down by the lake. So I'm not sure if the Dharma actually dig those caves completely out themselves. Oi! But yeah, basically they dig those caves and have the Kwama eggs there. There's always a Kwama queen. But of Kwama forage, just like this little kid here. And some Kwama workers, usually very, very few. Like those guys. This guy's a Kwama worker. I'm not sure what they do to work. I suppose they just care for the eggs and carry them around. Okay, there's that. Is that the witch?
You should have picked an easier opponent.
Yeah, I thought those were egg miners as well. Okay, I think I've sorted that out now. Did these guys have anything useful? Nope. Nothing of that is worth anything. Okay, one witch sorted out. Let's go further. So we have the lake, and somewhere over here should be the Kwama Queen. There she is. So this is an egg mine. This is the Kwama Queen. There are usually Kwama warriors around as well. She lays all the eggs. And just because we're here, we'll also see if she's blighted. Why are you using Orion's Blight Cure? She is not. So yeah, basically the eggs are placed in those egg sacs where you can take them out. And yep, the Dunmer eat that. It's apparently a local specialty. Huh. I suppose they're called egg mines because those caves have to be dug, and I don't think the Kwama will dig them. Or maybe it's because the Kwama dig those caves and the Dunmer just take the eggs, I don't know. I'm not a Kwama expert. I really know how bees work, really. Oh great, some Kwama eggs. Okay. We can now return to the cult with the good news that we have saved the egg mine. Something you don't see in other countries. I think it's, yeah, pretty much exclusive to Morrowind, because the Kwama doesn't live anywhere else. Should we go back to Margan? Also, was my journal supposed to be updated? By the way, we have already accumulated 240 pages of journal notes. In only 60 days. Let's trap another soul. Kind of a fun pastime, really. Trapping souls. But I'm mostly doing it for the extra mysticism skill. It's one of the few spells you can use very often, and I think that Hound was aware of us. Okay, how many soul gems do I have now? I should have not actually dumped anything in those. We have a Dremora in here, but that is actually appropriate. We could totally do that, yes. I'm still not entirely sure how we are writing that one. Let's use the thing here. We want to make an enchanted item. Do I have anything good here? Let's see, do you have any items I want to enchant? I could make a ring. Let's say the exquisite ring here. I could make it a night eye ring. On self for... Actually, can I make it... Yeah, I can't actually make a permanent enchantment right now. So... that. make it a slow following though. On yourself. Kind of 5 to 10 points, I guess. Look at how many enchantments this thing can handle. I think the duration is really... Yeah, the duration makes it important. And look at the chance of success here. Minus 125. So there's no way in hell we're gonna make this. Actually, yeah. I intentionally stabbed the air there. Why would you not be trapped? Oh, you are trapped. Ah, it's just a... That was very, very high. I don't know why that was the case. Well, let's not go there. And something tells me this diary would act, or this journal would actually be worth something to someone very, very soon. Considering the events we're going to cause and we're going to help unfold, I think this journal would be an amazing piece of literature. Right now we're just we're a high-ranking member of many organizations, so I guess we have some historic significance, although we also are somewhat famous by now. We have a reputation of 42, whatever that means. I believe we can actually go past 100, but I'm not sure. We'll see if it stops rising after 100. So I didn't know Cool had a silt strider. I thought we got here by boat. Oh no, it actually has a silt strider, yeah. Makes sense. We want to go to Morgan. Do we want to go to Morgan? I don't know. I don't know. Could do Sheogorath's quest. Or we could finally do this clutter quest. I mean, 240 pages should not be the end of the journal. I don't think that is anywhere close to how long this thing can get. So... Oh, dropping down. There's only one way to find out if this is actually where we end up. Okay, we need to get to Balmora. I need one of those silver pitchers. Mostly because I really am tired of carrying this thing around. This bolt of cloth. It's freaking heavy.
Welcome, friend. The day is yours. What shall we talk about?
Also, while we're in Mournhold, we might as well make some money and sell off some of the gear we've been carrying around.
I'm there.
Okay. I don't remember what else you wanted to have. It's not the first thing he'll ask you to, or not the last thing he'll ask you to bring. And I hope I grabbed the right belt of cloth. I really hope I got the right one. I didn't think they had any other burgundy ones there. Okay, Ravia, I need silver pitchers. Actually, just one of them. One will do absolutely fine. You have no silver pitchers. Damn it! Okay, where would one find silver wares? Probably at a pawnbroker. I'm not sure if I need Kalgranak's plan book at some point, so I'm gonna hold on to that. Over there's a pawnbroker. We also have Clagius Clandler here, who is an outfitter, whatever an outfitter is, or does. I think he also just sells random junk. The shop sure looks like it. Okay, do you have silver pitchers? You do not. Just goblets. All you traders are terrible. Terrible. You hear me? Yeah. This person here is my last chance to actually get one of those silver items. She's a pawnbroker after all, so maybe she has it. No, she doesn't. There's a bunch of other junk. Hello, Aunt Haddard. Been a while since we've talked to you. Okay, let's see. What can we sell? Don't think that'll be worth it. Oh, we can sell some of those 6th house amulets. That's a rare thing. We could buy some bellows in exchange. Lovely. Well, let's go to the cellar maximum. Any other place where I could find silverware? Well, why not try it at the Hlalu Manor? Maybe they have silverware in there. They're quite rich. They're a house of traders. Also, I'm kind of annoyed by this spear. It's very low, so we'll actually go and give it a good hammering. Okay. Right now, I think I'm working on finding the clutter for the King of Clutter. The most difficult bit about this is currently finding the silver pitcher. I know I had some of those, I know I've sold some of those, but I don't know where to. And I believe they have been restocked, or they have been lost in the restocking of the...
So what do you want?
What are you doing alone here? So yeah, they have been lost in the vast amounts of store restockings we've seen. We've been to Hlalu Manor, there was nothing in there. Maybe in here. Maybe Nerano Manor has something. Andres Nerano has glass pots, we don't need those. Just yet, we might need those later. Right now we are looking for a silver pitcher. Alright, we don't care about that one. There's a door here with a pretty weak lock. We'll open that one. Okay, any silverware here? Ooh, look at us. Fancy booze near the bed. A lot of it, actually. There's a trap. I'm trying not to steal anything, at least nothing that's not absolutely vital. But I need this security training, so we'll just unlock everything. We're like the thief Chance we've been reading about in one of the previous streams. Could have actually been the last one. Just go in, break all the locks, and go out again. Let me through. Maybe. I don't think the Morak Tong is silverware, and I don't want to steal the silverware of the Morak Tong. Maybe we'll find something here. By the way, those plants here, I believe are private property. You do not want to harvest those. Silver pitcher. I don't think that'll count. And keep in mind, we cannot sell Malcaria any diamonds. We have stolen a diamond from her, and I think now she'll consider every diamond we try to sell to her her own goods, her own property. Okay, someone in this dump has to have silverware. Let's check the Lalo men again. I believe I've been here already. It's been a good fight there. No silver items. Just regular goblets. Ah. Stuff I've been dropping off here. Some pretty okay-ish items, in fact. Guama eggs. Junk. Junk. Ingredients. Stuff. Anything? No. Yeah, I don't think I'll be lucky here. Maybe on here. Ceramic bowl. So if you want to follow Ajira, you could also take it from here. No silver pitchers. Maybe over there. What are you? Turavel Manor. Sounds wealthy. There's a guard here. No silver items. Maybe here.
You may speak.
What's that shield? Big netch leather. Have we read this already? No. I can't take it though. It's kind of watched. Kind of cool that the book also can lead you to level 100 if you read it on 99 skill. Maybe the guardhouse have silverware. They only have words and philosophy. Well, I can read that. Is there no silver pitcher in all of Balmora? Not even in those, I think that's a blacksmith. Let's see the 8 plates. Maybe the 8 plates are actually one of silver? Who knows? Becoming a champion of clutter is hard work. I was expecting something easy. Ah, maybe. Let's see. You. Can we barter for a moment? Ah, no silverware. I'm not gonna do anything to entertain the patrons. I don't think I'll be good at this. Okay, we want to Council Club. It's my last hope that the Council Club actually had silver stuff. We haven't nicked and sold yet. This is another... Maybe we'll get lucky here as well. Lucky lockup. Why not? Sounds good enough.
How can I help you?
You could... No, you don't have that.
Master was right to discipline us. We are foolish.
Who said that? Ah. There's no silver item here.
I hope you won't take too much of my time.
Nope. Nothing here. One more. Okay, maybe this place. Please have silverware. No silver here. Or here. Oh, we might be out of luck. I don't think I have silver stuff in there. Yeah, and I don't want to steal from the temple. It's probably not right to steal from the temple. But we'll see, maybe we're lucky. Okay, where would I find a silver pitcher here? Probably nowhere. This is a bloody waste of time. But we were technically supposed to go to the thieves, we're supposed to go to Lethry Manor to steal some arrows from there. Maybe that would be a good chance. Are you a sleeper? No. Actually, maybe Caius has some silver items. Or the Thieves Guild. I mean, it's a Thieves Guild after all. They should have silver stuff, and maybe I sold my silver stuff there as well. Ah. Okay. Do you barter? Not for the stuff we want, though.
How can I help?
Do you? No, you only trade. You stand still for a moment.
Indeed, to you,
Yeah.
friend.
You barter, you even trade with me now. So that's kind of nice. We're now officially high enough in rank. You don't have it. God damn it. You don't have it.
Tidings. The Dunmer wishes. Our sugar is yours, friend.
Okay. I think we'll have to go to Vivek. Vivek has plenty of interesting traders as well, so maybe we'll get lucky. If not, I'll be doomed to loot Smuggler's Caves for a while. I'm not looking forward to that. I think they have silverware sometimes. Oh yeah, they are. They are.
You flatter me with your attention, Outlander.
Okay. Do we have silver pitchers in the Mages Guild? None here. None there. Nope. That's a grand big no. Okay, time to get to Vivek. Take me to Vivek, please.
With pleasure. Please, go ahead. I'm all ears.
Wait, this guy does not have any more duties for me. once these recent troubles have passed. I'm not sure which recent troubles he means. But he's not giving us more duties, I'm afraid.
I must say, I find you most interesting.
Welcome,
right
friend.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. This guy here is a Lutheran, a smith. Should at least be able to buy some of our weapons. Let's barter. Do you trade in no, you don't trade in silverware. Okay, weapon. We do have, and since we gave him this contract, he has a lot more money, so it's actually worth getting it for him. That'll do. We'll have to sell stuff one by one, I'm afraid. So I could totally get this, get a new chain cuirass here. Don't really want to because it's a rubbish item, okay? It's a completely garbage item.
Praise Vivek.
Yeah, I'll praise him.
Praise Vivek.
Is there something you need?
I've got a few minutes if you need something.
Silver probably doesn't have it. Now, we are supposed to find someone in the Wasteworks. Let's get this stuff together while we're here. I think we might also find some of those random junk sellers in the Wasteworks, so maybe we get lucky. I just want a silver pot, you know? Not this kind of pot. How about you?
Sarah?
You have random junk. I'm sure it's going to sell very nicely here. Let's get the local map out. Okay, lower Wasteworks it is. Also, thanks for the reminder, chat. Should save the game. Just in case it crashes or we piss off an ordinate or something, we want to be ready to, well, just not die.
Is there something I can do for you?
Go ahead. I'm listening.
Okay. What do you sell? Books. Miscellaneous. My mission to Vivek. Okay, Adirania lives in St. Olms. Just drink something. Okay, we can easily find Meramilo.
Yes,
That's the easiest bit. Okay, Franis. Maybe one of those has a silver pitcher somewhere standing around. Nope. Let's see, Barshas, I don't think I've seen any silver things in there either. Yeah, me too. Have a great collection of books though. Gotta hand it to the cat. He has a great collection of books.
Mutsera.
Which we are completely going to ignore for now. Because we're not here to read. We are here to find a silver item. That's right, I used to find loads of those. One moment. Okay, we're back. I think this Fletcher down here is the only one with the famous area effect arrows, which has been added by
go ahead, Outlander.
an add-on. I'm not sure if that was an official one or not. Let's find Hulea. Argonian, so that guy looks like Hulea.
Such fine company, one would be wise to listen.
Okay. Apparently you're talking about some troublesome fools. Okay. Instead of Argonian offends those racist thugs. It tarnishes Morak tongue honor to slay them. That's a very, very interesting motivation there. Okay. So I suppose this guy here. Okay, so that's one. Maybe he will actually do it without. Have some gold. You.
What do you think of our city, Outlander? We greet you warmly.
Okay, now could we travel together? Okay, I think that'll do.
What do you think of our city, Outlander?
Wonderful. We get an escort quest from here to right over there. Gotta say, I feel a bit silly about this.
What do you think of our city, Outlander?
But as I said, at least Morrowind keeps most of the escort quests mercifully short. Okay. So, the Narvin cult is... Okay, the 6th house cult is nothing that... Yeah, so House Dagoth is the devil and the tribunal faith. Let's read his notes.
Honored guest.
Notes from Hulea. And first era the Dunmer culture has settled. Council and temple. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Okay, so the Ashlanders do like Nerevar because they think he'll return to the good lands, which are kind of scarce in Morrowind. Okay, the Deep Elves are the dwarves, by the way. Okay, so in ancient days, the Deep Elves and a great host of outlands from the west came to steal the land of the Dunmer. In that time, Nerevar was the great Khan and war leader of the House people. But he honored the ancient spirits and the tribal law, the tribunal law, and became as one of us. So when Nerevar pledged upon his great ring of the ancestors, one clan under Moon and Star, to honor the ways of spirits and rights of the land, all the tribes joined the House people to fight a great battle at Red Mountain. That would be against the dwarves. Though many Dunmer tribesmen and housemen died at Red Mountain, the Dreamer were defeated, there we go, and their evil magics destroyed, and the Outlanders driven from the land. But after this great victory, the power-hungry Khans of the great houses slew Nerevar in secret, and setting themselves up as gods, neglected Nerevar's promises to their tribes. But it is said that Nerevar will come again with his ring and cast down the false gods, and by the power of his ring will make good his promises to the tribes, to honor the spirits and drive the outsiders from the land. This, of course, is not seen very, very benevolent in the temple. The Tribunal Temple regards this as primitive superstition. And of course, the Nerevarine cult does not like that. There have been, of course, past incarnates, so all the incarnates are basically people who claim to be the reincarnated Nerevar. Okay. Yeah. So kind of interesting stuff. Ah, damn it. Although I have to say it's kind of...
Go ahead, Outlander. What do you need?
I need some magic, huh? So we need to go to Meramilo. And from the temple we can also very easily go towards the St. Olm's place, which I think is this one. We'll find the final contact in Vivek, a Hall of Wisdom. Now, we are not supposed to ask anyone for Meramilo, so we'll just have to look for her ourselves. Library of Vivek, that's the right place, and there we have...
I don't
There she
know
is.
where to begin. It is such an honor to meet you.
Okay, follow her to the back of the library. We can talk there. We'll do that. I think she actually stood here last time we've seen her. Okay. She doesn't know anything about the 6th house either. She doesn't know about the Nerevarine cult. The temple worships Nerevar as a sainted hero. You can actually find his shrine in the various temples. But prophecies of his reincarnation are punished as wicked heresy. Nerevarine cult claims the tribunal of false gods, hence the temple's persecution of Nerevarine cult. A group called the Dissident Priests disputes temple doctrine on the Nerevarine prophecies. The proscribed book Progress of Truth describes their belief. Get a copy of Progress of Truth for Caius Casades. That will tell him the things. Okay, where can I find one of those? Okay. She's being watched by ordinators. She doesn't care for temple politics, but she has read Progress of Truth, and it troubles her. Okay. And yeah, there's a code word now. We have a safe word here. The code word is Amaya. Probably named after Lake Amaya. But yeah, so if she gets in trouble, we will have to... she will use the code word Amaya, which I believe should be it. Now the journal is continued. Okay. Progress of Truth. I think there's actually a copy in here. Third, Grasping Fortune. To left. Who would that be here anyway? I should have probably gone with I should have probably totally gone with the foreign quarters last, because then I could have actually gone to Yobasha and asked for the Progress of Truth. I would like to read about anything at least. Quite sure I saw it in here last time as well. Because I was quite sure I was remarking on how it would come that this book is even here. With the temple obviously not being happy with it. Path, of course that is here. Prayer. Where the hell did it go? Okay, I think we've read all this. Code. Ah, here, Progress of Truth. Okay, so this is the ominous book. We can't steal right now. So apparently the temple doctrine is challenged by dissident priests. Okay, temple doctrine claims that apotheosis was miraculously achieved through questing, virtue, knowledge, testing, and battling with evil. Temple doctrine claims their divine powers and immortality are ultimately conferred as a communal judgment by the Dunma ancestors, including, among others, the good Daedra, the prophet Veloth, and Saint Nerevar. Dissident priests ask whether Dagoth Ur's powers and tribunal powers might ultimately derive from the same source, Red Mountain. Sources in the Apocrypha suggest that the tribunal relied on profanely enchanted tools to achieve godhead. Should be godhood, right? And that those unholy devices were the ones originally created by the ungodly Dwemer sorcerer Kagranak to create the false construct medium. The purity of the tribunal. Dissident priests say that the temple has always maintained a public face, represented in the hieroglypha as priestly writings, and a hidden face represented by the Apocrypha, the hidden writings. The public account portrays the actions of the tribunal in a heroic light, while the hidden writings reveal secrets, untruths, inconsistencies, conflicting accounts, and varying interpretations which hint at the darker and less heroic motives and actions of the tribunes. In particular, conflicting accounts of the battle at Red Mountain raise questions about the tribunal's conduct and about the source of their subsequent apotheosis. Also, there is good evidence that the tribunal have been concealing the true nature of the threat posed by Dagoth Ur at Red Mountain, misleading the people about the tribunal's ability to protect Morrowind from Dagoth Ur, and concealing a recent dramatic diminishing of the tribunal's magical powers. So, temple account of the Battle of Red Mountain. Ashlander tradition does not place the tribunal at Red Mountain, and holds that the Dwemer destroyed themselves, rather than the Nerevar destroyed them. This does coincide with what we have figured out in the Dwemer thing so far. Ashlander tradition further holds that Nerevar left Dagoth Ur guarding the profane secrets of Red Mountain, while Nerevar went to confer with the Grand Council, i.e. the Tribunal. That Nerevar died at the conference, not of his wounds according to the Ashlanders, but from treachery, and that subsequently the Tribunal confronted the defiant Dagoth Ur within Red Mountain, then drove Dagoth Ur beneath Red Mountain when he would not yield to their will. Veneration of the Daedra, Saints and Ancestors. Then out the prophecies. Okay, so this bit is actually kind of important, or kind of interesting, and one of the things that I absolutely loved about this, the writing here. Dagoth Ur is one of the most, in my opinion, is one of the most tragic and most misunderstood kind of villains in the end, because this bit of the story, as far as I know, is actually true, and like at least lore-wise, and basically, the Dwemer had those 3 artifacts, which were basically used to create a god. So you could use okay, let's just start earlier. The god Lorcan was actually killed by his other gods for creating the mortal realm. I think that was the one. And they threw his heart into the Red Mountain. Well, it landed there for some reason. Anyway, it was there, and the Dwemer found it eventually. And it's the heart of a god, so they figured out how to tap that power that was still in it, and they create, for example, a new god, which was this new medium. And the Nerevar actually figured this out, and they didn't like that, so there was a war. The reasons for that will be discussed later. And basically, yeah, Nerevar and Dagoth Ur were actually good friends, and Nerevar told Dagoth to guard those things, those artifacts, and yeah, he did that. He just did that, and the Tribunal killed Nerevar, went back, wanted the artifacts, and things went on from there. They defeated Dagoth Ur, who had by then, however, already began experimenting with the artifacts. So basically, Dagoth Ur is kept alive by the heart of Lorcan. And the Tribunal also need that. They also need to get there, they need to use the artifacts there every now and then to restore their powers. Which, by the way, is the reason for their waning powers, because Dagoth Ur actually has grabbed some of the artifacts. And I just think it's very, very sad that Dagoth Ur was not just... he was not just branded a traitor, or he was not just declared him, and he was not just killed because they couldn't do it. He was instead declared the very antithesis to everything. He was declared the devil. And well, to be fair, I think his motives are actually not bad, and all his and then he's trying to contact you as the supposed Nerevarine. I think it's really just sad that Dagoth Ur for being a friend to Nerevar and for doing what he was asked to do and for not handing over the artifacts, that he was just he was driven mad by this, and he was driven to Red Mountain, and it's just sad. Okay, Inquisition and okay, so the Ordinators are not all good people either. Okay. The rest is general critique of the temple.
Greetings. I am at your service.
Okay. Yeah, I think we'll have to get to Yubashas again. I also think I did a terrible job of explaining how the events at Red Mountain transgressed, but we'll get back to that later.
Yes, Outlander. What do you want?
Okay,
Go
St.
ahead, Outlander.
Alms.
What do you
That's
need?
right. OLM, yes. St. Alms. The guy's supposed to be in the wasteworks. Let's check my mission notes again. Okay, Irania, in the St. Alms Canton. Okay, ask around there. We'll just ask in this house here. Could you tell me where Adirania lives? Okay. So, would these 100 gold these 100 gold convince you to know more about her? No. Okay, fine. We'll have to find her. And as the chat has pointed out very helpfully, cats are indeed hard to target. So we'll have to go and look for her. I think she's in the sewers. Fairly certain she is. So, St. Alms Wasteworks. In we go.
Greetings.
Let's not ask the Ordinators about that, since those were kinda discredited here. Let's ask this person here, right next to the Ordinator, about Adiran here. Okay, she's having from a tax man.
Go ahead, Outlander. What do you need?
Do you have any you don't have any silver stuff either.
Is there something you need?
Yes, a silver pitcher. No silver stuff here either. God damn it. Okay, let's see. The canal works. Probably, yeah, she's probably in here. Don't think she's down there. I think she's just hiding here somewhere. Have you seen a person called Adirani? A census and excise agent, eh? Okay. So I don't think we have to. I don't know if we have to make this tax person go away or not. Oh, there she is. So the rats won't bother us.
May you walk on warm sands.
So, Kai says you speak with Adirania. Okay. Okay, so we have to make the agent disappear. Which I believe should be possible without any bloodshed. Ideally, it probably would be a better idea to not kill anyone here. What's in here? Storage. Is there any silver stuff in there? Oops. Okay, I'm not gonna get this done with this. Nope. 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 Finding stuff is hard when you actually look for it. Which also left behind a fair few of those silver pitchers. And now I'm looking for one and it's impossible to find one. Okay, stab the rat. No silver stuff here. Here. At least we found a regular bowl, that's at least something. There's a wooden door with a decentish lock. Time to pick it. Anything good in here? Why are there skeletons here? Okay, there's a lot of them here. Luckily, I'm pretty decent at killing skeletons by now. Okay, some bone lords as well. Do bone lords have silverware? Only one way to find out. So wasn't this supposed to be a storage place? Okay. This doesn't look like a storage place, it looks more like a ritualistic place. And by ritualistic I mean necromancy place. Necromancers do have silverware, right? I wish there was a hotkey for pull out a probe. Oops. Oh, that's not good. I should not have left sneaking there. Are we done here? No more skeletons. This place is flipping huge. Okay, what's that? Shrine of St. Felms. Okay. Why would you have a crypt in a shrine in a storage area? And films actually did. Since we had a lot of fun picking up this cleaver from the Red Mountain, I think it was nothing very peaceful. out. Just want to heal ourselves. Okay, now back out and let's look for the census agent. Maybe it's Sakusu Zagala again. Wonder if we ever meet him again. Okay, one of those is the agent. Suppose the agent would be an Imperial, like this person there. You.
Go ahead, Outlander.
Go ahead.
What do you need?
Yeah, she just took a gondola to the mainland. Wonderful. So this guy is now gone. I think I could just also killed him, but that's not a good call. It is a crime after all. Unless, of course, you do value... unless, of course, you manage to piss him off somehow. Which I believe is kind of hard. Why do I keep fighting with the probe? Okay, spear, sort out. There she is. Do I have water walking? Really? I keep forgetting to get a water walking. I should have a potion for that though. I've made quite a few, yes. 36 seconds, that's all we need. Okay, we've got some light armor skill. Doesn't help us, but we got it now. Okay. So, yes. Yeah, let's start with Nerevarine. What about a 6th house? This I don't really know about, because it's about smuggling. Some smart smugglers are suddenly too busy for their old clients, because they have a new employer, the 6th house, who pays very well. But what do they smuggle now? Adorana doesn't know, because they are very secret. And this is odd, because these smugglers are always loud and bragging. And now they hush up like fat-bellied kitties full of sweetmeats. Okay. So, apparently they're smuggling, and we do not know what. So, there's only one thing left to do. We need to... Should have probably checked Mornhood for silverware. just occurred to me. Should totally do that. And in fact, we're going to do that right now. Actually... we have a council chamber to loot as well. I'm such an idiot. Yes, I admit. Also, let's go back here. We have sorted out
Stay as
many of
long
the
as
things.
you like. It would be a privilege to talk
Which
with you.
Feather is indeed dead. Okay, let's give me another mission. Okay. Service of shaming. Okay. Under the shadow of a mountain of fear. Either east or west of the mountain. That is so helpful. I believe we've actually seen the guy. But I hope I didn't take the silver staff. Do you need that cup? Okay. They have several bowls here. Can we get a cup? Also, I think we kind of botched that. Yeah, we didn't actually quite get it. Ooh, Lord Mars Vengeance. That's a pretty cool scroll. You gotta see that. I think it's kind of cool. Lord Mars Vengeance is basically giving you a bound armor and battle axe. That is a complete set of stuff you can have for 60 seconds. I think that's kind of cool. Okay. Just give me a moment. Okay, so we need to go to Canctunian Ponius and get him to donate the money he promised. Since that went so well with Cunius Perelius earlier,
You bring good fortune with you. Welcome.
I'm going to be really careful about this, and I'm probably not even doing that right now. We will be treated to some error messages in a moment. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3. Okay. There is... Yes. Look at this picture. Look at this picture. I want it. I need one of those. Would you mind letting me sneak now? Just back a bit. Maybe? Yes. I need this picture. I need it. Ah. Been looking for this for so long. No, that's almost in our grasp. I need this guy. We can return to Mournhold and become the champion of clutter. Miss Rain, do the thing. Transport me to Mournhold, please. Ah. Finally. Finally. Now all I need to do is find the guy again and hand him the stuff. What's over here? I think this is the cult service. This should be the palace. Yeah. Guards quarters. Who are you? Oh, we're not.
Good to see you again, friend. I was just...
So? Again, you have no idea how long I spent looking for red hair fabric, and it was just any random bolt of cloth. I do hope I picked the right one there. Is that God's Reach? No, that's quite bizarre. Might be the one I'm looking for. I think it was God's Reach. But we might want to go in here anyway, because the 2 days should have passed by now. So we want to see how Marina Gilmith and her new partner worked out. So that would have been in here. Come on, climb up there. You can't. Okay, let's just figure out how our matchmaking worked out. Can I walk across behind that thing? I don't think so. So let's go. Oh, I could have walked down there. Fine, we'll jump down there now. Okay, you. Ha! Thank you. Okay, so we now got the bipolar blade, which is a long blade, and it does... Oh my god. Okay, we'll have to take this to the artifact museum. I'm not gonna keep that one. It can frenzy and calm a humanoid. So what will it do if I strike them? Well, I guess it will make them hit somebody else. Makes sense. Also, would you like to trade? I would like to sell some of this junk I have. This guy has a lot of stuff, a lot of capacity, a lot of money. That's what I was trying to say. Money. There you go. Would you like another one of those? Probably not. Okay, any other magic stuff I want to sell here? I have one of those, actually two of those. We'll go to your maximum because that's convenient. We're still over encumbered, sadly enough. But we are now making money again. Okay, we don't want to water walk. We actually want to use those fortified strength potions I made up. I should really start naming my potions. I really need to name those.
May all speak well of you,
You're not very- Are you looking for a partner as well? No. Okay.
Blessings upon your house, sir.
Where would I find the God's Reach? To be somewhat quick about this because I don't know how long this potion will last. I don't feel like dropping stuff. And we'll hold on to the rings, by the way. We'll hold on to those rings we have. Can't just get rid of those. Okay, come on. Is that God's Reach? Please be God's Reach. Nope, it's Morrowind Gates. So God's Reach is all the way over there. They also seem to have disposed of the body of Gaenor. Otherwise, we would have seen more error messages because they were missing textures for ebony armor. Which was really a good suit of armor. It has protected him very well. Maybe just as good as his own luck did. Which luckily ran out at some point. Okay, the Hall of Traders is that way. That way.
Justice never sleeps.
Quickly. We need to go up here.
Must you? This is so tiresome.
How may
You.
I help you, Dunmer?
Here you are. Wonderful. Whoa, we're now a champion of clutter. Okay, what do you need for your collection now? Yeah, go ahead. Okay. A tall red pot with vertical lines going down its side and shaped much like the adjacent blue glass pots. Okay. Fork, knife and spoon, imperial silverware. And a common metal plate, yellow in color and features the sun in the center. Okay. Let me through. I need to look at your bloody glass jar or something. This one? This one? Okay, I think it's looking like this one here, but I'm not sure. It could also be this one. We'll find a pot with vertical lines down the side and we'll take it. We'll just take it. You. Do Do you happen to have any bartering? Could buy the stupid curious now, but let's not. What would adamantium spear would look like? Do I have weapons to sell here? I want to sell this dagger. I guess some of that stuff. We'll go to your maximum. I know I'm just burning money here, but let's face it, we don't need money anymore. We don't need where we're going. It's the Museum of Artifacts.
It's another perfect day in Mournhold.
I wish to sell something. Okay, the bipolar blade. Legend has it that a nobleman sank his fortune in creating a blade of supreme power. Two smiths on opposite ends of Tamriel created each half of the blade, unaware of the other, with the hope that no one man, save the owner of the blade, would know its true power. Unfortunately, the smiths were not given enough instruction, and created halves with intelligence that completely negated each other. Do you wish to part with it? I do. It's completely bloody useless. Any place wants it back. Well, you're so generous. And yeah, this is kind of cool. I love the museum. Although we won't, probably will get all of those things filled because I don't care. Not sure where they. So this is the bipolar blade. It looks kind of nice though. I agree. It looks very, very nice.
If a few words can help.
Okay, now we've handed this over.
How may I help you?
Okay, son of Queen Berenzia. Is there a popular figure here? King Lethan. Okay. Probably Hans of Alexia.
Honor is food and
What's this all about?
Who is Dilborn? Okay. Okay. Fine, we have to go to the sewers now. I was actually hoping not to, but apparently we have to do it now. Let's just find Dilborn and get on with our life. Okay, let's save the game. Now, something I would like to point out here is that we are used to goblins as the little yellow greenish bits you can find in various places. Goblins in Morrowind are not that. Goblins in Morrowind are humongous. And back when I first played the Tribunal expansion, they were kind of big, okay? I had a bigger, I remember them bigger.
You're growing weak. You will die where you stand. You should have picked an easier opponent.
So yeah, goblins. Pretty big guys. Pretty large amounts of restore health potions. Nice. And when I first got here, with my insignificant amount of experience, like I got here as level 5 character first time, And I thought, yeah, okay, goblins. I can handle goblins. They're not too difficult. And then I saw those guys, and I was like, okay, they kicked my ass. I mean, those swords are not bad. 10 to 35 is a lot of damage. Don't get me wrong there. Okay, also, this is, again, my old pet peeve, the sewer level. These sewers are completely dry and have no gradient at all. Through it? Where the hell are you? Okay, you're there.
This is fighting.
Bruiser. I think there's Dilborn.
Now this is fighting.
There we have Dilborn. Save the game here. I think this is Dilborn. Okay. How much money are we talking about? Okay. We actually have 3,000. I can pay this. Okay. Okay.
All right.
I let the boss do all the talking.
Woohoo! Trap has been added to my inventory. I haven't actually read this one.
Hail and welcome, friend. Hail.
Let's see. I should also seek out a book match at some point. Okay, trap. Okay. Let's read this. I saw the gold and I took it. A different man might not have. I know that, and from time to time I think back on the hour when I saw the gold and took it. You see, I was hungry. Isn't it ironic? I don't remember much else about that night but the gold and the hunger. I don't remember the name of the tavern, or even the village, but I believe it was somewhere in southern Vardenfell. I can't really be certain. For some time I sat dumbly in my chair, my mind occupied with nothing but the pain in my stomach. If you've ever been truly hungry from days of no food, you can't know what it's like. You can't concentrate on anything. It wasn't until a figure to my left got up from the table and to get a drink and left a stack of gold marks behind that I snapped into awareness. From this moment on, my memory is crystalline. My eyes to the gold, my eyes to the stranger's back, walking calmly toward the barmaid, my hand to the gold in my pocket. I'm up from the table and out the door. For just a moment I look back. The stranger has turned to look my way. He wears a hood, but I can feel his eyes meet mine. I swear I can scent a smile. Out into the street and behind some barrels I crouch down. Behind some barrels I crouch down, waiting for my pursuer. One benefit of a lifetime of running from guards, I know how to disappear. For nearly an hour I waited there, suffering even more from hunger. You see, I was awake now, and I had the means to buy myself a feast. This knowledge tortured me. When I finally got to my feet, I very nearly fainted. I had only enough energy to walk to the other edge of the village to a run-down tavern before collapsing at a table. I think I must have fallen unconscious for a moment before I heard the barmaid's voice. "Can I get you something to eat, Sarah?" I gorged myself on roasts and pies and huge frothing mugs of grief. As the fog of near-fatal starvation began to lift, I looked up from my plate to see a gold-masked stranger looking at me, his visage glowing by the blinding light of the moon through the window. He wore black leather armor and was a different physique and size from the man I had burgled, but I could tell he knew. I paid for my meal quickly and left. I skirted the edge of the village. through a tiled central courtyard surrounded by the squalid peasants' cottages. There was not a light shining from any window or door. No one was on the streets. I could find no place to hide, so I took the road out of town, heading for the wilderness. Hunger had pushed me on in the days before, but now I felt what I imagined to be the whip of guilt. Or perhaps even then it was fear. I fell twice, rushing down the dark path, unused to the slopes and pebble texture. The sounds of animal life, which I had been numb to, were suddenly very loud in my ears. And there was something else out there in the night, something chasing me. On the side of the road there was a low wall. I scrambled over it and hid. I knew enough about concealment to pick a spot where the bulwark sank slightly. So even if someone saw the outline of my figure, he would assume it to be part of the wall. It wasn't long before I heard the sound of running footsteps from more than one person pass me by, and then stop. There was a moment of whispered conversation, and all of the people ran back on the path towards the village. Then silence. After a few more minutes, I peered out from behind the wall. A female figure in a dun gown, wimple and veil stood on the road. On the other end of the road, blocking the way back to town, was a knight, coated in dark mail. I could see neither of their faces. For a moment, I froze, unsure whether either of both had seen me. "Run," said the woman in a dead voice. The hill behind me was too steep, so I leapt over the wall and across the road in 2 bounds. Into the night forest I ran, the maddening jingle of the accursed money in my pocket. I knew I was making so much noise my pursuers could not help but hear me, but now I cared more for putting distance between us than in stealth. Clouds of ash filtered through the moonlight, but I still knew it was too bright to hide. I ran and ran until I felt all my blood pumping in my head and heart, begging me to stop. I was at the edge of the wood, on the other side of a shallow stream from a vast, crumbling house encircled by a rail fence. Behind me, running footfall in the broken, dusty earth. To the south, downstream, a distinct sudden splashing of someone moving nearer. There was no choice. I half jumped and half fell into the mud and dragged myself up the bank on the other side. I rolled under the fence and ran through the open field towards the house. Jerking my head around, I saw 7 shadowy figures by the fence posts. The cloaked man I had robbed, the man in the gold mask, the veiled woman, the dark knight, 3 others who had pursued me, but I had never seen. And I thought I was the stealthy one. The moon was entirely hidden in a swarm of ash, only the stars of their meager illumination as I reached the open door of the ruin. I slammed and bolted the door behind me, but I knew there could be no protection for very long. As I looked about the ravaged interior of broken furniture, I searched for someone to hide. A corner, a niche where if I stayed very still, no one would see me. A splintered table lying against the wall looked perfect for my purposes. I crawled under it and jumped when something moved and I heard a frightened old man's voice. "Who's there?" "It's all right," I whispered. "I'm not one of them." His puckered, gnarled hand reached out from the shadow and gripped my arm. Instantly I felt sleep fall upon me, resisted as I might. The old man's horrible face, the face of the hungry dead, emerged as the moon came out and shone through the broken window. His talons still gripping me, I fell back, smelling his death surround me. The table was thrown back. There stood the 7 hunters and a dozen more. No, the hunters they weren't. They were harriers who had chased me out of every hiding place, expertly pushing me to the lair of the real predator. He was weak with age, the old man was, not as good at the chase as other he was. A blunt, killing machine. "Please," I said. It was all I could muster. Having enjoyed the sport I offered, he granted me mercy, of sorts. I was not bled dry. I was not cursed from being made one of them, the bairn. I was kept with others, most of us mad with fear, to be aged and tasted at the vampire's whim. We are called cattle. I lost all hope months ago of ever leaving the dank cellar where they kept us. Even if this note finds its way to the outside world, I cannot give enough information about my whereabouts to be rescued. Even if some champion were able to defeat the bloodsuckers. I only write this to keep my own sanity and to warn others. There is something worse than being hungry, being food. Yeah. That does sound worse than being hungry. And I'm not going to go through those sewers here. By the way, the 3,000 gold there were actually quite... They were nothing to us right now. We are sitting on 40 grand. Almost. So, yeah. I'll just drink something. Ah, lovely. Okay. Yeah. So, we are now still looking for more clutter to get. This temple is looking kind of amazing.
Alexia protect us, if she still can.
And since we discussed it earlier, this also fits with here. Apparently this person here is really worried about Almalexia and her ability to protect everything. But yeah, she's kinda getting weaker, because she too has had no chance to bask in the, or to renew their divine powers from the heart of Lorcan. I wanted to heal myself. How are we looking in terms of mysticism? Almost at 60. I could actually ask if somebody you could teach me. We're going for a wild level up, so it's not going to be as targeted as we used to like them, but I think it's good enough. Okay, you can't teach me anything.
I have a few minutes.
Neither can you.
Clean this temple, Sarah.
Does anyone here have any temple quests for me? Or maybe can teach me in mysticism or something?
Justice never sleeps.
The high order, you. A recent initiate.
Yes.
What's my rank actually? Could you let me through? What's my rank in the temple? Am I an initiate as well? I am a disciple. I'm a curate, in fact. Let me through. Fine. What's over here? Hall of Ministry. What's down there? Shrine of St. Veloth. Could you teach me spells? Ooh, they have a lot of absorbs. Maybe we can get absorb and master, absorb magicka. Fortify magicka, masterful evasion. Masterful unseen stuff, masterful sublime wisdom. Strength, that's also kind of cool. You can absorb things. And it's a big difference whether you have absorb or damage. It's a big difference of where it goes. If you have damage this, it's also usually a destruction spell.
Are my specialties.
But if you damage it, we'll not go to the basement.
Health and healing are my specialties.
If you damage an attribute, you will just to the basement. It will just be deducted, so it's gone. Basically, it goes nowhere. Whereas if you absorb it, you will get it. Can I get to the high chapel this way? Was afraid the goddess Almalexia had not actually locked all the doors, but apparently she has. She's a smart one. This way. And now the way's free. I can't get any duties from here. Okay, you can't teach me anything either. Fine.
Almalexia knows and sees.
Good reception area. There should be another part of this temple, unless we have seen that already. If we go straight through here.
Never sleeps.
What's here? Infirmary. Maybe someone here knows a lot about restoration magic.
Justice never sleeps.
Okay, through. That's the High Chapel. Now, I believe since Almalexia is the mother of healing, the people in here are supposedly, or I think she was actually very, very active in healing the people here. Now she probably isn't. Do you have any good spells for me? That's a good healing, actually. Absorb fatigue. We'll take that.
Walk in the light in the Spirit's names.
You can't teach me though. That's a shame. It's also a very tiny infirmary. Only like 5 beds. Then again, if you have a divine quickly curing everybody, I don't think you need that many. Okay, let's quickly get our stuff sorted out. Okay, now, where to next? I think this is where we dropped off the, this is where we dropped off some of the stuff from Gainor. Don't think I want to be here too long, because we have plenty of stuff back in Vardenfell to do. Like finding more clutter, which we'll not do specifically. I just wanted to get rid of this stuff so we can free those 25 weight units. But for now, we'll leave the place. And because I'm too lazy to actually go back to the palace, we'll just recall. Also help me with my mysticism. Okay. And now we'll... What quests do I even have? Okay, what's that? It's near Telbron. Alright, okay. Why is that quest still going on? I think this should have been updated. I mean, we had this here where did we have that where he thanked us for making him meet Marina Gilnith? I don't know what's happening here. Let's divine intervention out. Where will this get us? Start with Mora. Very nice. Ow. That never happened.
What say you?
So I think these guys will not talk to us because we are not wearing a uniform. No? That's weird.
What say you?
They usually ask for about uniform, but is glass now uniform? That's weird. Maybe this has been changed on the patches. But usually they should not even want to talk to me because we are not wearing our Imperial uniforms. Like this guy. Or lady.
Truly, how may I help you?
Let's leave the gender confused orc alone. And figure out something else to do. I know what I want to do. Is there a bookseller in here? Probably not. We need the Progress of Truth. We might find a copy in Tel Naga, but I don't feel like searching through that. Okay, let's get back to the shrine. Instead of this, go back to... I hope they don't mind us going through those halls all the time, by the way. Instead of this, go back to Balmora? Did I want to go to Balmora?
Share your thoughts, friend.
I wanted to go to... Was it really Balmora? I think it was Altrud. No, it was Vivek. We need the Progress of Truth, and then we'll need to get back to Caius Casades.
Greetings to you. A pleasure to meet you.
So down we go. Could we pick up this stuff here? No, we'll leave it here. We'll leave that there.
You flatter me with your...
Okay. I have high hopes that Yubasha will actually sell us this book. For various reasons. First off, he has all the books. Yubasha's is still your one-stop store for all your literature needs. Secondly, he's not a Dunmer, so he's probably technically not really aware, or he doesn't care about the Dunmer rules there. And finally, I think those are two good reasons. Yubasha should have a copy. If not, I'm surprised. This video is not sponsored by Yubasha's rare books, by the way. I keep having to reiterate that. I'm not sponsored by Yubasha's books. It just is objectively the best bookstore in town.
Greetings, honored friend.
Oh great, another person to stand in the hallways. Hulia, why would you do that? Yubasha, do you have fire and... No, not fire and faith. Progress of Truth. Should we look at P? So... OP. Ah. Can I get it for one cheaper? Yes. Lovely.
Good hunting.
Okay, so we got this, which means now we should be ready to get back to Caius with all the knowledge we've gathered here. Not too much, but we've gathered some of it.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
Go ahead, Outlander. What do you need?
I need to go that way. No, I need to go... Is this the upper way? It's the lower wasteworks, right?
Yes, Outlander. What do you want?
I'm so confused. I'm so confused by this place. Out we go. And in we go, and up we go. Past this clearly floating ordinator. Again, levitation is a thing in Morrowind, so it's not too unusual. Okay, let's get to the plaza. Okay. And back to one more.
Oh, wonderful. Welcome, Outlander.
Well, I find myself in pleasant company. Please share your thoughts.
It really is weird how they all are happy to see us now. Now that we're big and rich and wealthy and famous. Which I can imagine would be quite a pain in the ass for a secret agent to be, because everybody recognizes you. I think especially as a thief, you want to be... Like, famous is probably the last thing you actually want to be, because you don't want to be recognized as the guy who's known for nicking everything that's not nailed down. Just kind of makes people a bit suspicious. Okay. We want to go to Gaius Casadis.
Do I know?
So, through. Okay. We've actually read all the things now. It's kind of cool. We're making progress. Getting better at things. Caius, there seems to be somebody lost on your stairway. So this is, yeah, this is a tutorial house. He has a kind of has a rooftop garden. Not quite a garden really, but it's a rooftop thing. Okay, Caius, about that mission. I have your report. I'll make copies of your notes from Hulea and the Progress of Truth. Okay. A new pair of shoes. I think my shoes are just fine. You can't see them, but my shoes are fine. 200 drakes. Miser. I think what we want to do is we want to take a nap. We want to avoid Radaris. Luckily he is the only guy in the green robe here, so you can easily recognize him and dodge him before he can talk to you about Dag of the War. Okay, we'll treat ourselves to 1 hour of sleep though. Just like writing a thesis, you'll treat yourself to 1 hour of sleep, mostly because you don't want to. And or you plan to sleep for 1 hour and then you end up noticing, or your body ends up noticing, yeah, we're kind of overdue with a lot of sleep, so let's just do more than 1 while we're at it. And there you go. In your dream, a tall figure with a golden mask greeted you, saying, "There are many rooms in the house of the master. Be easy, for from the hands of your enemies I have delivered you." It seemed you had died, and you could see yourself laid upon a table lit by candles. With your own hands you touched the figure, and the figure drew breath, opened eyes, and rose from the table. Then the room was gone, and the world filled with light, and you awoke. Okay. I'm not sure if we can get another one in here. Rest for another hour. Ah, again. I should have probably rested more. You dreamed that a tall figure with a golden mask spoke to you, but you understood not a word. He smiled and seemed pleasant, but when he reached to touch you, he terrified you. You tried to escape, but you couldn't move. You tried to cry out, but you couldn't make a sound. The figure kept smiling and talking, but you felt sure he was trying to cast some spell on you. When you woke, you couldn't recall how the dream ended. Okay. Let's dream again. No more dreams for us. That's fine. So apparently we're at the end of the dreams now. I believe they come as you progress through the main quest. So as we move to the next one, we'll get there and we'll get new dreams. What do the blades want, in fact? They actually have pretty high requirements for characteristics. Although we do have the intelligence and maybe even the personality bit. Yeah, we certainly have that. Not sure why though. Really level it that high? I'm surprised. I am absolutely surprised. Okay, and we're also out of mana.
Welcome, friend. The day is yours. What shall we talk about?
Do you have that set perhaps? No. Fire resist, flame guard, bound stuff. Okay, yeah, no. No. Now I don't feel like saving any more civilians because that's kind of annoying. Okay. Yeah, my next personal goal would absolutely be getting high up in the House Telvanni and the guild, and then the temple. Especially the temple, because I still believe that you can't do those some of those quests, and they refuse to give you tasks once you actually started declaring yourself in the Nerevarine and fulfilling the prophecies. So yeah, I'll be careful with that. I also don't care too much about the Imperial Cult anymore, because I think we have plenty of advancement points there. And we should not have any issues getting up there as soon as we hit the 60 mysticism. We could... yeah, I don't want to do Legion stuff, because it's kind of boring. Just go there, save people. And it's just annoying. I don't like it. I think we should have actually asked Skink about the various tribes. Then we have Telvanni quests might come in handy. What was Anasi's last wish? Okay, yeah, we're supposed to talk to this person in Vivek. Steal stuff from people. Go to Sheogorath's quest. Thieves Guild. Yeah, let's do the Thieves Guild stuff for now. We'll get Brago new shoes out, or new shoes Brago. It's not too difficult, we just have to get to Pelagiat, which, as you all remember, is fairly trivial. I think I usually forget to sleep because I generally rest when I actually need to, or I generally rest when I level up, so you don't get any dreams when you level up. Which is kind of an oversight. All my other resting needs are either met by casting spells or by travelling via boat or slipstride or other means of instant transportation. Well, instant, but off. I'm going to say quick travel, not instant travel. And since we're not recovering any mana over time, or since we're not recovering any mana at all, I'm not too tempted to actually rest. I do this more often if I actually have like a mana restriction. I don't see myself traveling too many places in the near future, and I will most likely also just take a regular nap and just sleep in the bed until I'm healed. But without this, yeah, we can restore health, and our mana also comes back over spell absorption, which also includes trap, which is kind of cool. More soul gems filled. There's a shulk. I'm not going to bother with it. That's a cootie, we'll have to bother with that eventually. Oh, they're also getting good at sneaking, which is pretty sweet. Let's use the big map again. I think you can find most things on the world map quite easily, and this is also something that I think Morrowind does very well. It not only forces you to interact with the world, it also makes it so that you generally still find stuff. As I said earlier, you can actually very easily use your descriptions and then go from here. And you say, okay, if they tell you go to a valley southwestish or or east southeast, actually east of Caldera, then you know, okay, it's probably this one, or maybe this one, but most likely this one here. All the weird intersections and bits. And I have to say, the only times I've felt the same sense of wonder, of exploration in Skyrim was actually when I felt in Morrowind was actually when I found when I entered the Black Ridge in Skyrim, which was kind of an amazing place. And a really great sight to behold. And the second one was the Lost Valley, where you could in the which one was it? In the Dawnguard expansion. So other than that, there weren't that many mysteries, that many secrets to sort out for you. I think this was a bit of a shame. Also get to this cave. I think it's finally time to actually loot places again. But this might be a place we have already looted. Yeah, we have been here already. So, another one it is. There should be another cave just down the line here. Not here, but nearby. I'm kind of hoping to be hit with magical weapons. That's all I really want. I want somebody to hit me with a magical weapon, so I can sap the mana out of it. Is that too much to ask? Is that weird? Huh. Something is about to attack me. Oi. How long has that been following me? So I think this is another cave that we can totally enter. Not sure why you'd hide in this as a smuggler, because first off, where would you smuggle? Okay, I guess you could go to that river somehow, but it's kinda easy to see. So as soon as you have some sort of law enforcement, you would probably have those on your tails as almost instantly. I'll not bother with archery here because I do want to kind of preserve my arrows. Did we wipe this place out already as well? No, we didn't. There's clearly someone who can stab. Okay, that was not as rewarding as I had hoped. At least it gets our spear skill up. Okay, now.
You're growing weak.
Yes, hit me! Hit me! With spells, that is, not with the hammer.
I will bathe in your blood.
Belt of Northern Nuck. That sounds odd. I'm gonna get that away from here. It sounds kind of unique, but not unique enough to actually take it. this bowl here, this I think I've talked about this last time. It's a special bowl. I'm not sure who owns the. I do know who owns it. Apparently, a lady named Belduel owns it. I'm not sure where she is or where we'd have to return that. Comment section. Yes, please. Rubbish and rubbish. There's a chest here. Also some coins. Take those. That gold. There's actually places where you have really intricate pictures and patterns of coins, which probably must be several hundred. But they're a pain in the ass to actually get. Okay, this should get us to Pelagiad. Please get me to Pelagiad. Yes. Okay, so in here we can actually ask for... I believe Igfa in here knows where the this bowl needs to go. Shrine. It's up the wall. It's that. Yeah, you. Do you know what this bowl belongs to? Okay. North Ireland is a foreign quarter of Vivek. Okay. Oh, you have to start from there. Okay. There's farmhouse and there's Pianette's farmhouse. Okay. That's nice. So at least we know where that has been stolen from. Are you going to talk to me even though I'm not in my uniform? Yes. Interesting.
What say you?
I say we need to get out of here. And we need to find some Dwemer item thingy in here. No, not here. It's Uliano. This is the residence. Okay, so we need to find a Dwemer thing in his store. Not sure where it is. I would suppose in this chest. It's hidden up here. It would be nice if it was hidden up here because then we could easily steal it. That is apparently the thing. Okay, we want the apprentice lockpick. Aha, there's the detector. Let's pick some more locks here. Ooh, nice. Not a fan of throwing cells myself, I never really got used to them. But it's kind of fun that you can actually use them in this game. I think that has been completely absent in Skyrim. Are you a
something I
no.
can do for you?
What say you?
So we're supposed to show this to Shadbak Gra Burbuk. Very orcish. She should be in here, I think.
What say you?
Somewhere. Was this the person?
A sincere
Yes.
welcome to you. May you be forever blessed.
You're not gonna like this, but I would like to talk about New Shoes Brago. Haha. How did you know my Bastion had one of those artifacts? Okay. Didn't even hurt our reputation with this person. Very nice. Now we have this useless item sitting around in our inventory. It's the first thing to go once we get back to Balmora. I'll probably sell it to Ravir if he wants it. If not, I understand. It's fine, I wouldn't want it either. Okay. Yeah, we'll just get back to Balmora and then we'll hand that quest, and that's probably going to be the last thing we'll do for the stream. We had a pretty long stream already today, so that's 7 hours of Morrowind. Let's just say, it's quite a lot. I think this is close enough to... And it was. Or was it? Yes, it was. Wonderful. Oh, Balmora. Great, great, great place. It really is. Amazing place.
I greet you as a friend.
Oh, damn it. I have to talk to you, do I?
Yes, Outlander.
I don't. Lovely. Ah. Okay.
Do I know you?
Okay, now in here, there, and here we have Habazi. We have freed the guy. Okay, let's do it, of course, without my help. You're so nice. Okay, we need to find a master of security.
3 blessings, friend.
Ultima, who is a master at security. The point here is to basically just go around asking everybody if he happens to be master of security. The Rain Thalas is not an Ultima. Is that an entrance? No, it is not. Arthrin is also an Ultima. Hesserinde. Are you an Ultima? Are you a master of security? You've had to get in the guild already, so Southwall. Ah, yes. Oh, nice. That was easy. That was very easy. So Hesserinde will teach us security, or he can teach us security. At least I believe he can. There we go. Okay. Securing Hard Heart. Haven't we seen one of those guys before? I know it was Rad Hard Heart. Suppose they're related. Okay. Any more jobs? No more jobs from Habazi. We are now the captain. Very nice. How far up can we go? Ooh, ringleader. One skill at 70, so I'm afraid the next one will not be the incline in the next. next rank will not be the end in the temple as well. We've gained some willpower levels. Actually, I don't want to level willpower this time. We have some bonuses for strength and agility already. So, and we can probably very easily level up at least one of them. Strength might be a bit difficult. Oh no, we can learn Axe. Just find somebody who teaches Axe and we should be fine. And of course 3 isn't that much of a bonus, so we might as well go and learn Alteration from... Only he stands here. Which other skills would I learn? I could learn Security from Hezerinda. Let's do that. You.
Friend?
Please teach me an alteration. I think Mrs. Miss, yeah. You can't teach me anything about this. Oh, now you're teaching me restoration. Okay, we are at 4 willpower. Oh, no, you're not teaching me anymore. Okay, fine. Alteration it is.
Be well, traveler.
Okay, and we're at 8. 9. That's 10. You there. Can't teach me anything. Can you teach me any... You can't teach me anything real fun. Not sure about that. At least nothing useful.
Go ahead.
Simply because we want to level up our main or side skills now. I'm afraid the only one who can do that for us right now, the only one who's quickly available to us right now, would be good old Hezerinda. I think we'll level up in 100, up to 100 security. Yeah, teach me in security, please. I've also heard where the master of acrobatics training is, just in case we need that.
You're in good company, friend.
Okay, let's rest and meditate. About the horrible weather, for example. I think Anger the Jeweler is also almost out of quests. The big Helenders as well. She only has very little left in terms of quests. She only had this one where we get to steal that staff from the Telvannian.
I don't know where to begin. It is such an honor to meet you.
That sounded different earlier. Like 50 days ago. She was like, no, you are not going to advance. You shall not pass. Not quite like that. Okay, willpower, intelligence, and luck. Okay, let's not do anything else here. I didn't actually convince much. Okay. Yeah, I guess we'll just do the money quests now. So, Margon. We won't do it now. We'll do this next time. So the plan would be to basically, yeah, we'll try Telvanni quests until we level up for the temple, then we'll get that next rank, then we'll probably get the next, or the final quest from Lara Beriloth in Monarch Mar. Tulsval in Aldrun. I think that was the final place. I believe there's also, if you really wanted to, there's also one more person you can talk to, and that would be the curate Tholas Arjoni. You may have heard about him. He has written such fabulous books as Sarjoni's Servants. I think he also has some quests for you. I'm not sure. He might just be useful later on. Anyway, I'm going to save here, and I'm going to call the stream. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. I'm still enjoying this quite a lot, although we do run out of things to do right now. Not quite. We actually still have a lot of main quests to go, and then a lot of expansion to go. We still haven't done too much in Mournhold. We've seen the goblins, and I hope you see why those kicked my ass when I tried to go there as a level 5 character. We have made a lot of money. We've successfully made a match. We've spread love, isn't that wonderful? And yeah, I think well, I know for a fact that you need to donate 2 things for free to the museum later on, which is why I've been holding on to those silly rings. Because those are not, well, first of the, well, some of the rings are actually kind of useful. Like the Khajiit we are not going to hand over. But many of the other things, like the Ring of the Wind, will have to go, and since they only pay us half the value, I think those 4,000 are very easy to donate. We can say, okay, yeah, you can have this ring and something else, and we should be fine. Okay, we can also, before we actually call this, let's try to enchant the ring. We'll take one of those, of the lesser soul gems. I wish to enchant I could enchant my writs. Actually, I couldn't because those don't have any. Let's enchant this exquisite ring. Or I could enchant my armor because I'm going to probably go with something else later on. But let's actually enchant this ring. Can make it a ring of MC intervention. Again, don't pick anything else here. Although it might have been patched in such a way that you can't actually do that. But yeah, it's pretty bad if you try this and MC merchant something else. Never manage that. Always breaks the game. Let's make a feather. Yourself, of course. 4 say. Okay, for 4 seconds from. Let's take fire damage. I think fire damage is a very, very good thing to go with because you can just. No, wait, let's take something else. I think this is nice. Also, if you use Divine Intervention and MC Intervention on one creature at the same time, would it like rip it to shreds? Because one part of it would be sent to the Amcibi and one part would be sent to the Imperial Cult. It sounds like a cruel way to kill something. Although, of course, it doesn't work because that would, again, break the game. I want to try something now. We had a relatively low chance of getting this to fire off. Although, no, the chance is... Okay, there seems to be a base chance here. We have no amount for gold to buy this enchantment because we are making it ourselves. Ah, okay. So yeah, Sanctuary is basically making you harder to hit. So the Ancestor Guardian just makes you harder to hit for a while. I was wondering if I could get... Yeah, it seems that if we put a... If we put something like a spell we know, or a spell from a school we are good at, we get a bit of bonus for creating chance. Oh no, the enchantment only destroys a soul gem. That's okay. I kind of expected to lose that one, so we're good. We only had like a diseased rat in there, so it's fine. Absolutely fine. Anyway. Also, I think I just saved, so I'll just quit the game here and I'll see you all probably tomorrow. We won't be streaming Morrowind on Saturday, or maybe in the morning. Yeah. Till next time. Bye.